All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back again. Thank you for joining me. This is the Afridamus Report. Guys, the stream was getting, messed with. So obviously, it looks like they don't want me to use it. I'm not sure what is going on, but I want to welcome you guys back again. So we're going to have the discussion. I guess I can say some of you that's already seen the video, you have an idea of what they are trying to say. So I'll kick back for a second and um, wait for the other people to join us. But in the meantime, I'll help entertain you guys here. Let's hear some good music from Ghana.
African superstar with the one and only Ghana roll call. African superstar with the one and only, with the one and only. Chillin' in East Lake on weekends, it's Osu at Bloom Bar. Crocobit beaches, past Casawa. The port is at Tama. Capital city is Accra. Solid gold rings from Kumasi in the north is Tamale. Teshanunga, which is the seat to the god king. Waterfalls and boutiques, mountains in Koforidua. Airways hail from Volta. Shout out to the eastern region, whole Afla and Aquatia. Looking for crystal seas, check central region for these. Winneba, Cape Coast Hub, Gono Sway, Drella Market. African superstar with the one and only Ghana roll call. African superstar with the one and only.
All right. Thank you. It looks like enough people have returned back. Thank you for coming back. That was called the Ghana roll call. You see, that's the Ghana roll call. I know, like in the past, some people were, I heard even her and her fans, they were mad that I was playing her song. In fact, that would give her more audience to see the work that she is doing. But as you can see in the news clip that I was playing that interrupted me, what they were saying in that news clip, I don't know if this really matches with reality, but to me, whenever mainstream media gets into something, there is a little bit of truth. You see, these people, they send people out to come here on the streets. You're not the only one that watches these YouTube videos. They've seen so many different people give testimony about why they are going to Africa. And time again, people kept referencing that either it's white supremacy, racism. Look, I'm speaking on some of the people that are vocal and they've made this known to the rest of us. People, please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. If you're not, make sure you do that. So what I will do is I want to throw this to you. Do you guys think that from what you've seen, the interactions and rehab, don't take rehab as a bad word. That's what I want people to understand, because you see, most people are super sensitive. But if you are going to a place to receive healing, that's called rehabilitation. It could be rehabilitation of the mind, the body, the soul. We don't know. But the media is saying, are you tired of the United States of America? I find this article very bizarre. I find it very bizarre because that article was only directed towards the blacks. This is why I'm talking about the blacks. So this article is not directed to me or other Africans, because obviously that would completely defeat the entire purpose of the article, because that would mean that I will have to agree to the article and pack my bags and go to Africa as well, move back to Africa. But as you can see, I'm not trying to discount other people's experience, but Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm having a good time in the United States of America. There might be white supremacy somewhere. I'm pretty sure. Like some people have issues, but I cannot sit here and fix my mouth and tell you that I'm being oppressed by some white person. No way. But the people that are being oppressed, we cannot discount their experience. We have to respect their experience and allow these people to express who they are. You guys saw Juliet, right? Juliet is in Gambia, Black Seed. That's who many of you are familiar with. So maybe Juliet, the way she's behaving, maybe she's there trying to heal herself. Maybe she's mentally broken from the UK and she came to Africa to seek healing. The other young lady I was talking about is a show called Why I Moved to Ghana. You should go check out that show, Why I Moved to Ghana. I think we all see these things and we ignore it. This is why people, start all these conflicts. That's just the truth. These conflicts come from people not admitting the reality. I get it. Ahmad Arbery, the one that was shot over there in Atlanta, so the guy, they said he was jogging and he was shot. I get that. But why is it that the mainstream media wants to only dwell on just particular incident, and they take that incident and flip it and make every black person in America connect to it? And then they say you should be afraid of getting shot. We cannot run in the streets without getting shot. I understand. This is the narrative. I am going to open the line. I want people to call in and tell us, do you agree with me that Africa is serving as a rehab center for the blacks? Or, you could say, oh, no, Afridamus, you have it all wrong. We just want to go there and kick it. If that's the case, you could say that as well. But there is no right or wrong answer here. I just want you to know this. So today, usually I don't do this because I'm like late today, but I'm dropping the link early in the show because I don't want to spend long hours here. I want us to jump right into the conversation without even wasting time. Like if you look at it, when someone like Go Black to Africa, when he speak about why people should move to Africa, and you guys know some that you might say, oh, Afridamus might pick on Go Black whatsoever, but believe you me, I am not. When I speak about something or anyone know that that person is an interesting individual or what they are saying is interesting. So technically it's not even about the person, but it's about what they are involved in. So like Go Black, like he said, I give you the golden nuggets, right? He tells he pretty much, just like when we as Africans, for instance, if you know a smart African that you're related to, like not related to, you know them, if you move to America or wherever, you run into them. So the type of things that Go Black is telling the blacks, that's what those Africans will tell you, like, no, do this, get this kind of job, don't get this kind of job. They would tell you that, right? So they would just direct you onto what to do. But the blacks, they all have opinions, right? Not all, but most present, because you would see people go to Africa, they give you their 1 week, a presentation of Africa. They are experts already. Or people go there, they have terrible experience, they associate it to everyone. But still, maybe it is hurt people, broken people who want to come to Africa and get healing. And if Africa can provide that, don't you guys think Africa should? or maybe Africa also is sick. I have callers back here. I'll bring them in. And like I said, there's no right or wrong answer. Come through and let us know how you see it. I have Kidola here. Kidola, welcome to the show. Kidola, what do you think Africa is now a rehab center for the blacks?
I think they're looking for something, but what is it? You have to start where they're coming from. It's a huge propaganda of way of life there. Very huge. That Africa doesn't actually know social propaganda. Rehab in the sense, maybe they're looking for peaceful way or they're looking for something. But you
But do
have
you
to
think they must can find peace in Africa?
uh,
Because there's a lot of people listening today. We're not talking about like the ones that are
it,
acting
it,
crazy and so, but there are many who, even
many
if they
yes,
watch that show, who really like truly genuinely might be
many
looking into that.
many have the feeling that they can go back to their ancestors background. Those that feel Africa, they
Mhm.
can go back and accept anything there, maybe build a life there, have peace of mind there. There are some who are also going, who are like more like observers. Some who are just looking for what to blame. You know what I mean? You have to understand the mentality is different from the African person.
But Kidola,
Africa is not.
Kidola, somebody that goes to rehab, right? They have to blame they blame the rehab center. That's one of their, you know, characteristics.
The difference. Africa can never be a rehab center for them because they're used to assistance. They're used to assistance a lot in the United States or wherever. But why we talk about the United States? Because there are other African descendants in the
Oh
other
yeah, yeah,
countries.
yeah, yeah. You can talk about them too,
You
like
know,
from the UK and other places. See, when
yes,
I say America, because mostly because I live in America and I'm more
yeah,
familiar with
yeah.
America.
Those are coming to United States. You have to say the peaceful ones. We don't hear much about them. So
Right.
they
I've
are
met,
the
in fact, in Gambia, I met
yeah.
several who are, like you don't,
But
um, you don't
those
hear
are not
from those people. Those people,
those that are not propagandists. Don't let me
yes.
call it propagandists. People that don't project propaganda, who want to benefit for them coming to Africa. You have to understand. Some of us see Africa as maybe so kind of like a dumb place where they can do their games. Most of the different of them have different agenda. That's what you have to understand. So they think where to go to have 4 wives, to have 2 wives, to have 5 wives. You
Wait. So
understand?
you think people might be, some might be motivated by the number of wives too,
Yes, yes. That's why I say Africa need to vet these guys before you start allowing some of them to come in. Because some
but
of them
they
they're
need
going crazy.
healing. They need healing.
So no, Africa cannot have that capacity to heal them. The best place for them to heal themselves, they have to stay in United States. That's where they can find the best place to heal themselves. Because Africa doesn't have time for such a. You could see if you even if you're crazy in Africa, you're on your own. You understand? But what I'm trying to tell you is this: is that most the few ones that are coming that a little bit have a secret agenda, those are crazy people. As I said it, the one you have to fear is these biblical ones that call themselves Hebrew Israelite.
No, but
Who
you
see,
see, Kidola, living here in the United States, I've seen some who really, I think maybe they can take them in, maybe Nigeria or Ghana or something. I mean, like, who knows, right? Because you see, like did you see the rapper that I played?
look, some of them have some of them are
But
white
she
blood.
has talent, She brought some talent to Ghana. And
Yes, but not just
but
talent, also
okay,
looking for
Kidola, this is what I wanted to ask you. I forgot. Okay, Kidola, what if polygamy would help heal some, like, do you think it would be a good idea to move there? It maybe, you know?
let me tell you, they cannot survive in African environment. That's what you have to understand. African environment is tougher than them. You understand? If they have problem, see, look, there are two faces of these people. I'm not talking about the peaceful one that
Yeah.
located somewhere having their nice life, right? Who are very quiet, who adapt to the system. But there are some two or three. Some of them coming to look for young boys in Africa. You understand?
Wait, because this rapper that I was playing, apparently KBM just wrote. He said the rapper lost her Ghana boyfriend and is now blaming a Kenyan woman for stealing him. Oh.
And
So
look, the Africans are sometimes curious about them. And when they come to Africa, they are very aggressive by looking for these voices. They project some some kind of niceness and everything. But the longer you stay with them, the more you start to understand, now really. That's what most of their relationship are failing. No one have a serious relationship there. Some of these ones who are like projecting, I'm going to Africa, I'm going to Africa, but indirectly they're going to Africa to look for some of these young boys, some of these naive young guys and everything. Africa environment is tough,
yeah,
you
but
know.
so are you saying that the NBC News is misleading? Is misleading the Black American population, telling them, you know, they are running away from. If you're tired in America, just Ghana is calling. I mean, they picked Ghana out specifically.
Ghana is
Why do you
business.
why do you
Ghana is
think? Do you
Ghana is
think?
purely business. Ghana is
Yeah.
purely business. You understand? It's economical. It's not ready to come and really relocate and stay. That's what you have to understand. It's about
No,
tourism.
this rapper lives there.
I don't think it's oh nah, I don't think it's there anymore.
Oh, she's not there.
I don't think she's there anymore, you know. Some of them go and look for men. If you go to Nigeria, they're also there. You understand? This internet of a thing is bringing most of them. The wrong thing is that some of them have 5, 6, 7 children. You understand? So when they be rejected in the United States, Africa is the next zone. You understand? So we don't want the problem is this: the mentality is totally different. It's totally different. The mentality is totally different. The if they pick you and try to be nice to you, you will soon find out in time who are they really. You can't hide these things. That's what most of them, when they come to the United States, they don't want to be with these women anymore. You get what I'm telling you? So Africa is not a rare place for them. Africa doesn't have that time. Africa is tough. We're all looking for what to eat. So if you come to look for a boyfriend or come to sell that propaganda of victimhood and everything,
No, but did you see the news? The news is telling the blacks here that you're facing white supremacy, so Ghana is the next place to go. But
and
to
they
me,
should read,
right, there's a
yeah,
lot of
but
Ghanaians here. How come they don't tell the Ghan? They
they should read
exclude us Africans this about the white supremacy?
they should read about what Ghana said, come home. It's all about tourism, investment, trying to know. If you don't have money, how can you come to Ghana? Ghana is expensive. You go rent a house there. It's all about the money.
So it's
So
not
if
a
you
good
come,
rehab center.
it's not a good rehab center because you face the real reality. If look, Africa is a tribal society. You understand? Ghana is a tribal society. All this kumaya, no, come back, brothers and sisters. Africa don't see each other as brothers and sisters like that. We see each other by tribes. We respect each other's spaces. You understand? Do you see that lady that took that lady that's fighting for her land in Ghana?
Which one?
Forget her name, called Lisa Jones. I
Oh,
watched that guy.
Leslie. Oh, Leslie Jones.
Yeah, I watched that guy clip. She was so smiley. She was so all that I sleep in my land and everything. I was just like smiling. Girl, you don't know where you're coming to. This will smell
Are
you
you
far
Leslie
away.
Jones? Are you talking the actress,
No,
the
it's a
big
black.
one?
No. This is a dark skinned lady. I think she's
Yeah,
very
dark skin.
nice.
She's an actress, right?
No. This one have a YouTube channel and everything. You
Oh,
know.
okay. I don't know that one.
Now
I
she's
thought you were
fighting.
talking about
No,
Leslie
now
Jones.
she said she's fighting for her land and everything. But at the
Is she
beginning, she was so
Ghanaian?
smiling. No, she's Black America who tried to make Ghana a home. You
Huh? What
know,
happened? What happened to her?
she bought the land, but the land, part of the land was being, stolen back by the people that sold the land to her. You understand?
Huh?
What they don't understand is you cannot come to Africa and start buying a beachfront properties. Beachfront properties are really for the government because they can come and tell us say hey, we want to do something here. You cannot maintain whatever the flood, the tsunami here. These are typically zone that they don't know nothing about. You cannot use an American mentality to come to United States, to Africa, to come out operate in Africa. It will not work. It will not work. The patient, you don't have it. The way these Africans live, you don't have it. You've been gone for about 600 years. You're a total different person now. Some of you have some sedative. The real ones they took, they're gone. The only ones I think that can survive Africa are some of these ones in some of these islands, some of these Caribbean islands, Ecuador, they still have that, they still live very tough. Africa can never be their rehab center. It's not about, so
But
no,
because they said, because the blacks they said the blacks could relate more to Africans. But so are you saying that is not the case?
no, the mentality. See, let me just tell you one thing. When they sit with you, when they sit with you without no talking, you can turn and look at them like they can be like the next girl next door in your street or somewhere. But the
Right.
moment they started speaking to you, it's a total different ball game. You understand me? It's a total different ball game. You start seeing total different type of culture, and that culture that's what sometimes confuse Africans. You know what I'm saying? Because if I sit close to a, a Ghanaian, because it's a Ghanaian, I already have some aspect in my head about his culture. Even when we're different in terms of we have the setup of culture, but the traditions are different. So I'll know what to expect from him or from her. But the Black Americans, the moment they start talking, you start seeing a black person, but a very huge difference in terms of culture and the way they run their traditions. So
Well,
that will give you a huge confusion how to relate, to them. And you see this flog of a thing. This
see, Kidola, you touched on something here, and literally, see, I didn't even know, but this is literally the beginning of the rehab. People didn't even leave us because what you're literally saying is going to help a lot people because some people might not really they might not know the culture, how what people to expect and stuff, but I would hope many, because there's, I hope many are learning because you're right, some blacks are very jumpy, but because of the environment they are coming from. But laying it out like this, I think this is the new beginning for the rehab, for people to know. Let's allow Jude also to drop something in. Jude, thank you for your patience, Jude. Go ahead.
Oh yes, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Oh yeah, man. You remember when I came here last time? I was telling you how during the time of the Jews in Germany, right? There
Yeah.
was this media that was going on, that was picking the brains of the Jews. They were already telling them their homeland was where Israel is right now. They were already telling them that was where they have to go. So that was what the media was doing. So they paid the first people to leave Germany and all these places to go settle there. And that was when the war started. So the people that are currently moving to Africa, they are going there to scout places, safety zones for Black
Yeah, but
Americans.
the Jews have been they've been moving from Europe even since like in the not just 1948. That's when the state was formed. But
Right,
in the late 1800s, there was still many moving there.
right,
But
right, right. But when that state was formed, a lot of people moved back to Israel. Most of those people that claim Jews moved back to Israel. I mean, some still live in the United States as well. But what I'm saying is, most of the time, these people, the blacks in America, they move to Africa. There's a lot of reasons. America is so expensive, and the people that are even coming to to Africa really doesn't have the funds anyway. Most of them
so
depends on YouTube.
what do you think about? Do you think Africa is being a good, providing good, can be a good rehab place for the blacks?
No, man, because like I said, there's, I mean, you cannot really judge what people are going to Africa for, but the same reason that African, the Black Americans are blaming white people of doing is the same thing they do in Africa, right? They go
Like,
there.
explain.
You see these older women in America. You wouldn't see a young girl in America who doesn't have kids move to Africa to settle down. It's not gonna work. You always seen women that have already gotten like 4 or 5 kids,
So the
two
ones that are
kids,
expired, are you saying the ones that are
expired, and then they go home to look. They go to Africa to look for young guys. That's just what it is.
you think
And
so?
of course, most of the time, okay, this rapper that you're talking about, I know this rapper. That rapper in
But
Ghana is a
be
Cameroonian.
honest, that song is good. She's what?
Right. She's a Cameroonian.
No, I think she's from like somewhere in the Midwest here.
No, I've been following her before you even know her.
So
Ever
no,
since she was
I
in,
don't know how. I mean, she's from
right,
Cameroon.
she was born in, or she was born in America. She's a
So she's
Cameroonian
not.
descent.
So, well, but she's not Cameroonian, right?
I mean, is your son a Gambian or an American?
Well, is she like? Okay, are
She
you
was
saying
born in. She's
wait,
a
her
first
parents?
generation. She's a first
Oh,
generation African from Cameroon.
wait. I'm confused. Wait. No, Jude, are you sure? I think I mean I might be wrong. I think I've heard.
No. I
I
know
think
her.
this woman
African.
is American.
Her
Like
YouTube
Ado's
channel is
American.
African. Her YouTube channel is African Superstar. Go to
Oh,
all her interviews. She used to have a
okay.
different channel before.
Yeah, you might be right. I don't know her. I just know this song,
That's what I'm
you know.
telling you. She used to
Yeah.
have a different channel before the channel got blocked. I used to follow her a long time. Their channel got blocked. She moved from Ohio to UK. She was in UK for a whole while before moving to Ghana. She has been moving to Ghana back and forward.
Oh, so she's a tether.
You might say that. So she has
Huh.
never gotten married. She's almost like
Wait,
37 years old. She's not married.
is
So
she like
she's in,
so she's not real
The
FBA. She's $5 FBA.
she's
father from
$5
Africa.
FBA because her generation,
Father from
her
Africa. The
father,
mother
her
from
parents are
Caribbean.
Cameroonian.
Huh.
So
Okay. But then why
right,
did she go to Ghana instead of Cameroon?
she Cameroon is
I mean,
facing a
I'm
lot
just
of problems.
curious. I'm just
If you
curious.
if you go to her interviews, in one of her interviews way back around 2018, Cameroon is going through a lot of wars. So she said she didn't want to go to Cameroon because there's a lot of troubles going on between she's from the English part, the same like me. But she didn't want to go there because there's a lot of big trouble that we have.
I
But
don't
she's a
blame her.
Cameroonian. So but
I,
this is what I'm telling you, right? Most of
yeah.
the women that goes to Africa, most of them don't even have fun. You wouldn't see a rich American
So
black woman moving to Africa. It
so
doesn't happen.
if she moves to Cameroon, right?
Right.
Do you think she would have a better, like she would be able to live freely like she's living in Ghana? Because she looks like she's living her life, making rap videos and stuff.
Of course, but let me tell you something. People are
Huh.
going for the views. People are going for Cameroon doesn't give that projectivity. You know,
Hmm.
people are moving, people are following crowd to go to Ghana. You know what is being sent to. That's why I tell you they send them to go
Yeah,
find
but
out safety zones. America is sending people, black
oh,
people,
okay,
to
I
go
see
find
your
out.
point. So you think they are using the blacks to create safety zones?
Of course, all these black people
Like
moving to
what do you mean?
all these black people moving to Africa. Have you seen them go to other countries that have you seen them go to other countries that don't speak English? No, they don't go to.
So
They don't
Jude,
live in English countries.
Judah, somebody wrote here, Rockabye Baby said, the African superstar, I think that's the rapper, said she was married for 5 years before she
She
had a
was
divorce.
she was married but divorced. I know her personally. Her families are in Texas, to be precise.
Okay, and someone else is saying her parents are not from Cameroon. It's
No, they are
just
lying.
they said she was
They are,
married to an African in America.
they
That's
are
what
lying. They
someone.
don't even, they don't know her. If you go, I have videos of her.
Okay,
You can
I believe
you
you.
can check.
Mhm.
She has a video with African tigress back in the days, even when Wode Maya interviewed her back in the days.
Yeah.
Even when there's Nappy Breaks of Ghana. Go and type Nappy Breaks on YouTube. She's a
What's the
Ghanaian.
name?
Interview her. Nappy
Oh, okay.
Breaks.
So this rap song is not her first music, huh?
No, before she came with this rap song, she has been moving to Ghana. That's what I'm telling you. Go and check her interviews with
Yeah,
Nafi Brick.
I see
She
that
told
Audrey said her father is Cameroonian. I think I would tend to
the,
believe Audrey. She
the
like she digs and she watches these
Afidemos.
shows. I
I've
believe
been
her.
on these Afidemos. I've been on this street more than any other person. People that know me, I've been on this street for almost 5 years on this YouTube.
YouTube. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So
So you are saying America is just sending, but what about the ones that are not from America?
I'm telling you that America is sending people to go and look for safety zones. You wouldn't see an African American going to an African country that speak French. They go to places that are safe. They choose Kenya. They go to probably Tanzania, Ghana. They choose
Gambia.
Gambia. You wouldn't see no one of them going to Nigeria to settle down. Either they go and
No,
then they leave the
no,
next day.
no. There is blacks going to Nigeria.
There
Didn't you
is,
see
but
the lady?
either they are married to a Nigerian or they have husband, back and forth. But to find a single lady moving to Nigeria, you don't find that.
Yeah, you're right. I haven't seen a video about
That,
that.
that
That
that's
I
what
would have to say. I would
that's what
have
I'm
to
telling
agree
you.
with you. I haven't seen one yet, but I do. I've met
Jude,
blacks who moved to Nigeria
Affidemos.
though.
Affidemos.
Wait for it. Jude, let me just tell you the truth, because you know what, they cannot easily come to Nigeria like that just on their own, because Nigeria is
No,
so big. You understand? Nigeria doesn't
I
have,
understand.
in Ghana have soldiers of YouTubers, internet, who is selling Ghana in a
That
special way, and the fantasy they're selling them is not reality on the ground. You understand?
that's what I'm telling you, because these people depends on YouTube. When you see them go to Africa, they start doing YouTube. I remember there was a YouTube African American guy was screaming all over in Africa because YouTube stopped paying him, and he was
Who
saying he
he
depends on
was what?
YouTube. Uh,
He was crying about YouTube.
he was crying. He was crying on YouTube that YouTube is not paying him the amount of money that he's supposed to be having based on the views. So most of the time they really go to Africa not to like really enjoy Africa, but to do their YouTube and make money over Africans.
But
That's
maybe
just what
they
it is.
enjoy. But what if the person enjoys making videos and they move there and they're
Come
making
on,
the
man. It
videos?
takes out the point of calling yourself a Pan-African when you are going there to make money. It doesn't,
Wait. But what, you don't want them to make money?
no,
If they're making it legally, like in a clean way, they are
a
just
Pan-African,
they're showing Africa to the world.
no, a Pan-African doesn't go to Africa to make money off people. You are going to
No,
Africa
no,
to
no.
find,
Wait. For example, right? Let's say go black to Africa. You might disagree with him whatsoever, but a lot of these places that he records, he shows. It's not only the blacks, shows all of us. For instance, we're not gonna fly and go there,
look,
but
look,
he's
look,
over there. He shows
look,
us. He shows all of us the footage.
look.
Would you say? Are you still saying that's not good?
I'm not a Pan-Africanist anyway, so I really don't care where they go and do their stuff, but they are going there to make money. That's why they only go to countries where it will give them the views to make.
Huh?
You wouldn't see them go to Mali. You wouldn't see them go to Chad Republic. You wouldn't see them go to any kind of country. They go to countries that give them the views to do
Okay.
their YouTube. That's what I'm telling you. So, but
Huh.
this is the thing. Most of the time, they are drug addicts anyway. So they go to Africa
So
to clean their system down.
to be
You saw what happened
exactly.
to
So you see there you go. The rehab comes into play.
right.
So
You saw what
Africa
happened
is
to
helping, right?
you saw what happened to Arkati and the other guy.
Oh,
What's his name?
yeah. Uh-huh.
Both of them used to take drugs in the Gambia. So
Right. I've seen that video. Well, they do have drugs everywhere. So
right, that's
if
what
you're into drugs, I think you would still have access to it
but this is
in
the thing.
Africa.
Africans have to be careful because you guys are gonna get contaminated, and you
Like
guys
how?
don't.
Like how?
You guys doesn't have the power to take things down. America does, but you guys doesn't have it. When things go bad, you people will suffer. When people come into your country, your land is being taken from you. Things get
Wait,
skyrocketed.
Jude. I know that you've stopped being a Pan-African, but did you stop being an African too?
I stopped being a Pan African, and I stopped being Africa. I stopped being. I like my own people, Cameroonian as well. I don't like any other country in Africa, so it really don't bother me what goes around like in other countries. But what
But
I'm
no, no,
saying
but
is,
no. I just wanted to make. I know that you stopped being a Pan African, but
right.
when you say you guys, like, okay, you're saying us. They, I know
I'm
that
talking
I'm
the
African.
people that
So
they
are
allow.
you?
I'm
You not?
talking
You have you stopped being an African?
no. I'm talking the
Oh,
people
okay.
that are allowing people to come into their country without testing them. What is their goal? What do you
Oh,
have
okay.
to offer? What do you have to? People come and do things and leave, and government is not taking control over these people, and
What would
that's
you
where the
want the
problem is.
government to do? What would you want
But
them to do?
come on, man. What are you talking about? Somebody is coming into your country, exposing your tourism, the way you guys do your tourism, and you guys doesn't have nothing to do with it. Your government doesn't call her for anything, and they let her take a flight and leave. And all these countries and people, you see these black Americans, they go over to Africa and started exposing, oh, Africa still do white Jesus. But over here in America, most of them are Christian. They still go to church. They go to Africa and tell you, oh, Africans still fight over colonial language, but they still speak English as well. They don't want to let it go. They cling over their own history.
Okay, I understand. So Jude, I see where you're coming from. So you saying, sure, Africa could be rehab center, but they should stop trying to reveal our secrets about this white Jesus thing. Uh, Wait, let's allow Kemet Kunta also. I'm glad you said that. Yeah, I mean, blacks, you heard it.
Come on, man.
I've told you.
Do you know
Wait,
what
let me speak to the blacks here. I've told the blacks time and time again. This white Jesus thing, you guys should stop accusing us of it. Okay, it's only the Kenyans and the Ghanaians worshiping white Jesus. Okay, it's not. We don't do that over. I think Cameroon also worships white Jesus. There's a difference. But let's allow Kemet Kunta. Kemet Kunta, welcome to the show. And Triple J, hang tight. I'll bring you in too. Oh, Kemet Kunta dropped out. Okay, Triple J, welcome to the show. Where you calling from?
Uh, we in the same city actually. I'm in Seattle.
Oh, welcome, Triple J.
Yeah.
Are
Yeah,
you
all I
are you
wanna say-
enjoying the weather?
Yeah. Last
Nice,
couple
nice,
of days. Last
nice.
couple of days. Last couple of sunny days.
Yeah, Triple J, what do you want to add on to? Do you, of course, like, okay, do you agree, like, Africa is being pushed as the rehab center, and it can serve as one, or like the gentlemen are saying, no, it is not a rehab center. So, what do you like? What do you think?
I believe it depends on the person. I believe, African Americans should be able to travel to Africa just like Africans travel to, Europe or America. But again,
Mm-hmm.
but then again, Africa is not for everybody.
Right.
It's hard. Even Africans, even some Africans in Africa, if they have the opportunity to leave to go to somewhere else, they would.
Oh, they are doing
But
it every day.
yeah, exactly. So I don't see why, Africans could say, African Americans shouldn't go to Africa. I don't think that's cool.
Thank you. Now we have Kemet Kunta back again. Kemet Kunta, he's calling straight from Gambia. Kemet Kunta, what do you want to add to this? Africa Rehab Center, good place for the blacks. What do you think?
Hey, sorry about my, in and outs of the connections, because
It's
I
all
think
good.
my internet is like 3G, but if I check all the internet subscribers, it's like 4G, but I don't really believe it's 4G, whereas America or Europe is under 5G. So you can imagine the jumping light
You
activities
got
of the network.
the
It's just
Gambian
crazy.
internet.
Yeah, we call it the Gambian experience. Anyone who comes to tourism in the Gambia, they tell you the Gambia experience. Lights going in and off like a jumping lights. Crazy,
Right.
man, 21st century. But yeah, it's an interesting topic. What I wanted to add into that, based on my practical experience, not from books that I've read, but my practical interactions and integrating with all kind of people, black or white, couples, singles, and attending different meetings of secluded diasporans here, meetings of only white gatherings. So this really builds me up to know what's going on here and what many people are, many visitors or tourists
Yeah.
or homecomers or what is it called, diasporans or
Yeah.
whatever, and even people that are investing here heavily, what they've been through, those that succeeded, etc. and etc.
So
YouTubers,
does this help you?
managers.
does this help you understand, you know, like where, like when you, where, like, let's say the reparts that are moving there, some of them, the mindset, the conversations we're having here, does this help you be able to connect with them better, or, you know, it makes you think differently? Which one is it?
Well, it helps me to connect with them better because, you know, if you open up to people and your heart is clean, you know, you truly know what their mission is here.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. I've met some people all the way, let's say from UK, some from other countries. They will tell me, they will tell you, oh, they're here for Africa. They will talk to you about the benefits of Africa, but their behaviors is really opposite to what they are saying.
Right.
You know, following young girls and all those things. I mean, like these are people of 50s and head into their 60s,
Oh, so
but they are
so so,
literally
so just
following
like
them.
Kidola was saying.
Yeah, I mean, I've met with all kind of people. Some people are really here for the real deal, but they struggle so innocently in the hands of our own African people who supposed to at least, you know, support them grow
Mm-hmm.
based on the good ideas they come through, they come for, and eventual things always fall apart and they become totally discouraged. I've also met people like that, and sometimes if I meet with them, I do all what I can to make sure I put their life on a balanced track. I've been encountering so many things, and even in my house. Sometimes I always call for a meeting every now and then to interact and talk to Black British and Jamaican and Caribbean and even Black American. We share common ideas, what is happening in America, what is here, and you know the cultural shocking that they are going through. You know the
Mm-hmm.
conflict of awareness, mentality issue, the traffic over their business. Like the country is literally slow. You know, in
Right.
America, if you want to process an activity within a minute, is
Well,
equivalent to a
but they
week
are
or
coming
two in
for
Africa.
they're coming for, you know, rehab. So are you saying, so from the conversation here, because do you think,
Yeah,
you know, because you're over there in Gambia, you know, Kidola is
yeah.
in, you know, Nigeria, much bigger country. Jude is from Cameroon. So do you
Yeah.
think Gambia would, places like Gambia would serve as a better because when I say rehab, I don't want people to misunderstand what I'm saying, because in America there's like a negative connotation about the word
Yeah.
rehab, but that's not, I'm not putting it in that category. I'm speaking about it in generality where, you know, because people go there for different reasons, as you are putting
Yeah,
it, because you are on the
yeah,
ground, you are actually meeting the people, and I'm guessing most of these people are not on YouTube, correct?
yeah. Most of them are not on YouTube, but most of them
Okay,
are also on YouTube anyway.
so you would, in your opinion,
Yeah,
are there more genuine people you come across who are truly looking for that healing and whatever good business they are there for, or is the ones that just what they say, they don't, you know, act according to that? Which one is it?
well, so far so good. The ones that I've met, I mean, they did so much well to our society and contribute, you know,
Mm-hmm.
locally, you know, more than the scammers that I've met here. But equally, you have a lot of scammers as well. But then compared to the people that I've interacted, they're here for, you know, development, creating employment. Let's say if you want to build your house, obviously you hire people that are over here and work with you. You know, unless if they have so much frustrations, then they start working with their own, you know, people that are knowledgeable on that part of the story. But like when you say Africa, is it a rehab center for
Yeah,
the reaper?
yeah,
What I want to specifically point out here is that, you know, moving into Africa or moving from Europe to no or moving from Africa to Europe or America, it's like, you know, getting married to a woman or a man that you've never met before, saw before, but you always talk to him, you know, online, and you are fascinated about his looks or here and there or some kind of story that he or she explained to you, and you buy into it without you spending at least a time or a year or two to know the person.
hmm.
You see, so now imagine, because choosing a wife is like choosing a wife or a husband is like choosing between heaven or hell here on earth. Some people are married and their life becomes upside down, downhill. Other people married, they got married and their life becomes, you know, sprouting as ever with all problems. So this is the same thing that people are going through when they move in here.
So,
So
so
I
is it
yeah, go
cultural
on.
shock? Are you talking about cultural shock? Is
Yeah, the cultural shock part of the story, and this is why, if people are, you know, intending to move here into Africa, you have to prepare mentally. It's very important, physically and spiritually. It doesn't matter. Like it's not only reading, but you have to prepare your mindset for everything. Like Afidamos, can you imagine me every day? You know how rough our traffic is. Me every day moving from here, crossing the ferry, mixing up with all kind of people. You know, all kind of you know, many people cannot just stand that. They can't just. People ask me like, "How are you doing this?" Because I
right.
prepare my mindset mentally. But
Like
if I'm in
you're
my
ready.
house,
So you're saying
yeah,
before people come, because look, I live in America. Like, let's say Nat Turner over here talking crazy, right?
mm, mm,
Nat Turner, guys, please make sure you hit the Cash App and the and also donate so I can help Nat Turner get his way to Africa. I think Nat Turner might need the rehab there. But Kemekunda, I'll get back to you in a second. We have
all
two
right.
more speakers. We'll allow them also to speak. KBM, and then go ahead, KBM.
Yeah, thank you, Afrodamus. So,
Yes, KBM. What do you think? Africa, good rehab center for the blacks or not?
nah, because if anybody actually needs so-called rehab, basically they got too much baggage to be coming to Africa in the first place. Africa is not the place for them. Africa is going to be the place where somebody actually wants to get away and have a vacation. And if they actually want to live there, it's because they're going to communicate and be a part of the system there. They're not going to try to negate what the system is according to them from where they came from. And we see a lot of that, not just with YouTubers, but visitors.
So you don't think so? You don't think so?
No.
Okay, cool. Now we have Pan Africanism strikes back. Pan Africanism, welcome. Pan Africanism, you do go to Africa. You're Pan African, and you're the perfect guy for this. Pan Africanism strikes back. What do you think? Do you think Africa is a rehab center, or it can serve for good as a good rehab center for Black people?
Yes and no. It depends on the Black person, especially if they're coming from America, because you have a lot of Black people that really don't need rehab from nothing because they don't do shit while they're in America. If you just sit on your ass and collect a check, or you know what I'm saying, disability or some, you didn't scam the government, you on Social Security and stuff, what do you need rehab from? The stress of collecting free
But
money and food stamps?
white supremacy.
No, that's the thing. Black people have made up this myth about their relationship with white supremacy. But Afrodamus, what I want to tell you is this: how can you say white supremacy stressed Black people out when Black people got beat up on Edmund Pettus Bridge and took a beating just to go sit up in the same restaurant with white supremacy? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
but
white
you see, that's
supremacy
the
don't.
argument they give. So I'm just
Yeah,
giving
but
it for
they're
the
lying.
benefit of the doubt. Yeah, because
It's a lie. It's a disingenuous argument because Black people want nothing more in America than to be right up under the nutsack of white supremacy. So how can they say white supremacy is stressing them out? Now, for Black people like me, right, who I don't care about being accepted by white supremacy. I prefer to develop a bond with my own African people, no matter where we are. Now, it can be rehabilitative for people like me, right? Because if you want to be with your own, yes, Africa's going to have kind of a healing quality for you because you will be immersed in nothing but your own. It's like a Mexican going back to Mexico. They might get treated like shit in America, but when they go back to Mexico, they don't have to be cool or funny or popular
Mm-hmm.
or rich,
Mm-hmm.
they're embraced just because they're Mexican. So when a
Right.
Black American goes or African American goes to Africa, we're embraced there. You know what I'm saying? You probably know that from being
Right.
African. We are accepted there with very little effort.
Well, you
Versus
see,
America,
Pan-Africanism. Okay, see that right there. That's why I say maybe it could be a rehab center, because you see, when many maybe they think they would be rejected, right? But when they get there, they get accepted. They start mingling. Maybe that would
well,
help,
well
clear the craziness they have in their
I
mind.
that's what I'm saying. What I'm telling you is it's like this, bro. It's like this. Somebody might look at a massage as being relaxing, but
Hmm.
if the person is very ticklish,
Yeah,
a massage don't relax them.
that's
Somebody
true.
else might look at driving a muscle car as or a motorcycle as being relaxing. Me, I don't like loud noise. You know what I'm saying? It's just annoying to me. So driving a motorcycle is annoying. Whereas someone who loves riding a motorcycle says, man, all I need to relax is to get on my motorcycle, my Harley, hit the open road, and that shit's loud and annoying, but they love it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if you are a person who looks at being around your own as if being around your own makes you happy, yes, because even in America, you can be around a bunch of Black people, but 9 times out of 10, you looking like, man, I'm waiting for some BS to happen. Because when Black
Right.
people congregate in America, BS
Hmm.
always happens.
This is
Now,
true.
one thing I love about Africa is I could be at a party in Africa, be at a store, wherever, and it's just all Black people, and I don't got to worry about no bullshit happening. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
So
That's
let me ask you this: you go to Kenya. I've seen you gone there a few times. What? Okay, what do you say to some of like the? Because I've heard some of this video. They're like, man, I don't want to go to no damn Africa. In Kenya, they worship the white Jesus. They always talk about the white Jesus, white Jesus. Like you go to Kenya, what do you like? What do
when
you
I
think
when I
about
went to
that?
church when I went to church in Kenya, I went to a Catholic church for Christmas Mass. My friends begged me to go. When I saw the pictures of Jesus in there, Jesus
Yeah.
was Black. That's all I know.
Oh,
Jesus Jesus was Black on those pamphlets. The statue they had of Jesus on the cross was Black. I saw Black Jesus. Maybe that's also one of the biggest Catholic churches in Nairobi. Jesus was Black. But I don't think that Africans put too much. It's just like anywhere. You have your people who are super religious, like my grandma in America. She's all about religion all the time. That's probably because she's about to die soon. So she's trying to prove herself to God, or I guess. But in Africa, most people are not super concerned with religion. Like they have their religious beliefs, but everyone in Africa don't go to church every Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not
yeah,
like
I
I,
know. I think they're more concerned with with coins. Would you say so?
they're more concerned with money.
Yeah.
It's a capitalist society where everybody's trying to figure out a way to get some bread. But if you value connecting with your people and being around Black people, be one, you will love Africa. That's why I don't understand how certain people claim to be B1, but then talk about Africa because it's
So
like
so did you hear what like Kidola and what's his name Jude was saying, and Kemet Kunta here?
Yeah,
I
'cause
mean,
for me, when I
because
go to Gambia, the vibe is. No,
did
I'm
you
on the
hear
phone.
what they
But Gambia,
said?
for me, when I go to the Gambia, the vibe is, you know,
Oh, sorry. Was that Triple J?
yeah,
yeah.
Triple
it's
J, you were saying the vibe was what?
Now I'm saying like, I think Africa could be a rehab center. It depends on the person because, for example, I'm Gambian, right?
Hmm.
And the vibe in Gambia is like slow and calm.
Yeah.
But for example, United States is like get go go go. But like when you go to Gambia and get to the Gambia, it's more like relax. We can get it done. You don't gotta stress yourself. You know what I'm saying?
see
So I
see
think
so but this is what I'm telling you. And this you got to know the psychology of African American. If all you ever listen from 1960s, right? All Black American people have ever focused on is equality and acceptance from white people.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go to a place like Africa where there's very few white people and all you've ever wanted was to be accepted by whites, Africa is like hell for you because there's no whites there for you to gain the acceptance of.
Oh, you know
This
what?
is
You've raised something here that is like psychologically most
no, no,
people.
no. Your friend Nakneezy, that's what he's suffering from. There's not enough white people in Africa for him to gain the acceptance of. So he's angry. He gets mad when black people say, let's go to Africa. Because he's like, no, we're supposed to stay here and gain the acceptance of whites. But
Hmm.
that's not his fault. That's how we were trained. We were trained to be that way.
So it's
There's
habit.
nothing, there's
Like
nothing
like
more.
like they don't want to get away from the drama.
Listen, right. There's nothing more valuable in the eyes of 90% of African Americans than the acceptance of European white Americans. Literally, bro.
I agree with you because
You've been here. You know,
yeah.
you live here, so you know.
Yeah, I know exactly. You're not lying about that because even if you look at the civil rights movement that people talk about, that's the part that confused me. Even they said the whites were bad, the ones that beat them, but they still wanted to eat from the restaurant.
White people are the enemy. So in order for us to be happy, we need to go sit in the coffee shop and eat a sandwich next to our enemy. So we were programmed like that, and our grandparents were programmed like that, and our parents were programmed like that, and they programmed us like that. That's why one of the main things you hear when Black Americans say they want to go to Africa, their own family will say, "Why do you want to go to Africa?"
Oh,
See,
I was
but
gonna ask you that, Brandon. Like, when you started going to Africa, like, what was the response from people you know or your family members?
my family members were like, "Yo, you're gonna get like a voodoo curse put on you." Um, the thing in my family is though, no one questions me, right?
Right.
I'm the alpha male of my family. So if they disagree with me, they'll avoid me because they'll never directly challenge anything that I do. But they did kind of. The funny thing is, once I went to Africa, they started begging me to bring them stuff back.
That's what I was about to ask you. Like, now that they've seen you win a few times,
Yeah,
like, what is the approach now? Like, are they developing interest to try to go find out?
I will tell you the truth. My one thing that really shocked me, bro, was my grandmother is a very conservative Christian, and she always spoke about Africa like, oh, they do voodoo there, they do witchcraft, they do this stuff. When I went to Kenya the second time, do you know I had brought back a bunch of stuff. I brought back a suitcase full of fabric and jewelry and statues and stuff. And my grandma was just like, yo, I want some of that fabric. I want some of those
Oh, she
sandals.
wasn't scared.
I was blown away, bro. I was blown away. I literally was like, you're not afraid there's some type of spell on her? So she was like, no. She was like, I just didn't know about Africa. You know, she she admitted that she didn't know, about it. But I mean, she probably assumed like me and my family, I'm like the guy. So if they see I do it and it's fine, they'll try to do it. They think it's okay. So that's rare in African American community because in our families, the women are the head of the
Yeah, they
family.
were definitely. That's true though, because that's another thing. A lot of the women that also go by themselves, they seem to run into difficulties. But let's allow Kidola. Are you there, Kidola?
Oh yes.
Kidola, did you hear what Pan Africanism Strikes Back said? Because I'll have to tell you, like, Pan Africanism Strikes Back. We've talked online several times. It's been 2 years. Several different times, and I can tell you I've seen his evolution, especially when he started going to Africa.
Yeah,
I've seen his
brother.
evolution. That I'll have to definitely say it
Yeah,
here while he's here.
yeah.
I've seen him
But
evolve.
Brandon is a typical guy who let get dirty and gain something. You know what I mean? Because he can sit he can sit in anywhere and run his business. I saw him on the street of Kenya sitting with the people. It's
Yeah, I've
arrested.
seen the video too. Yeah.
He go down to the level to the extent that the people they really understand him a lot. You understand? He will sit in the corner shop. He will sit somewhere, questioning them, try to know them. You know what I mean? And I can see that these people were very happy to see him. Even some of the thought maybe even the Kenyan. You understand? Because Africans doesn't really they can differentiate really. Maybe some of them are seeing him as a Nigerian, or some of them are seeing him somebody else or whoever part of Africa like that. So
They'll
he's a
probably think Brandon is Nigerian in Kenya. I wouldn't be surprised if they think
yeah,
so.
because he's big, because the most Nigerians also have similar body size. So what I'm trying to say is uh, he's a total different cat. You understand? He's a businessman and also down to earth when it comes to coming down to earth. He can take anything. He can even sleep on the corner and be cool as long his business is going on and he feel the love of the people. He's a genuine the way he talks and the way Brandon is really. What I'm talking about that there are some, there are just some. You have to understand this. There are some who came to spy, but not really love. Maybe when they move or when they fly over, they get disappointed. Like, oh man, that is somebody.
Because it doesn't look like you can't expect it to look like America. Hold on, let me thank this guy for the super chat. He said, literally, everyone in my family wants to visit Africa. I hate when African American get overgeneralized. I have an aunt that travels to Niger every 6 months. Yeah, I've met black people who, in fact, mostly they go to Nigeria. Surprising.
Yeah,
let me
play.
Let me thank him here real quick. All right, go ahead.
Most of Black Americans that are coming to Nigeria, majority of them have neither Nigeria boyfriend or husband. You understand? So they already know these guys and they know what to expect. But what you have to understand is this: a lot of people are coming to Africa, not just only Black America. If you come to Africa, let me use Nigeria for example. Nigeria marry everywhere. So these Nigerian guys they marry Asian, they marry Indian, they marry Chinese and everything. You understand? But you hardly see these people talking about it, even with some of them have YouTube, complain about, oh, they don't have the most luxurious toilet, they don't have these, they don't have you know what I mean? I bet you I went to somewhere in Enugu to visit a friend.
Yeah.
Then it was like it's rural. The guys stay in this rural area there, but they have businesses. They run schools. They run other things, right? They even run the parboiler business also. So I knocked to this guy's gate. Then I was surprised. I was like, okay, let me clean my eyes. Who am I?
Like, where is he from?
Yeah, somebody opened this gate. And it was a white lady. You understand me? Was opening the gate with dogs. So I was like, okay, those dogs there. So no, she's just driving. So what I'm trying to tell you, there are other race who can bear
the hardships in Africa,
over there. But I don't know. Don't get me wrong. There are a lot of Black Americans who also in Africa, but most of them have money.
Right. You gotta bring the coins though. If you don't have it, you just gotta put in the hours. If that's what you do, save your money.
You
do your thing.
On YouTube, you don't see them. Most of them live on multi-million-dollar houses in Africa. I know a lot of them in Nigeria. You understand me? Some of them be there for 20 years, 30 years, and everything, but they just living their life. And some of them, if they're honest to you, they'll tell you, look, here in Nigeria, Nigeria accept everybody. That's what I try. The mentality. Don't bring this victimhood mentality, or you have to, because Nigeria don't see what you're seeing.
Nigerians are hustlers. Africa, I would say in general.
Yeah. Hey. So I understand what Kiddo is saying. Like, Black Americans take a mentality with them everywhere they go, where it's like they have to pretend to be hostile to like white people, right? Mm-hmm. So like Black Americans will say like white people are the enemy, but at the same time, they'll be doing whatever they can to like prove themselves to white people. That's called cognitive dissonance, where you're trying to entertain two thoughts. So it's kind of like, have you ever heard of the term frenemies? Where
Yeah.
somebody's like your friend, but they really your enemy too? That's the
Yes, yeah.
relationship Black Americans have with white people.
Brother. That's what I'm trying to explain. That
Yeah, so what we'll do,
when I mean observers, I'm talking about somebody who call you. Oh, I just want to know you. Yes, you know. But before you understand, this guy don't really like you. That's why this B1, B2 to B12 they try to sell is not going to fly in Africa, because in Africa they don't see things. They don't have. Look, we all be colonized, but that is way past in our head.
what it is in Africa, you don't like, okay, in Africa, a Black business owner don't got to worry about Black people buying from him. They're going to buy from a Black person just because that's the person who's selling and they need what he has.
You know, you're right. This is true. You don't have to, go through that mental gymnastics.
Yeah. So when you got a Black American coming over, he's looking at things from a racial perspective, us against them. Africans, they're the dominant species in their own habitat. So they don't look at things from us like Black Americans in America are prey. Africans in Africa are the predator. They have the strength of numbers. So they're insulated from outside influence or from like dangers and threats purely based on numbers. So
brother, that will sell in United States, all these victims and everything. We sometimes we see things in TV, but let me tell you what. I'm married to a white lady here, though. You understand me? When we met, it's a total different ball game. We just like each other, and I just try to know her. That's how the business goes. It's not about racism or not racism. Before I met her, I know.
Well, you said you're married to a white lady?
Yes.
Oh, I just didn't hear clearly.
Yeah. So what you're seeing is not what I'm seeing. Then when we start talking, we have the same goals. That goals is peaceful mind. Let's explore things and let's invest in things.
Kid Ola, this is what I'm trying to tell you. When Black people act like they have a problem with you having a white wife, they're lying. Black people over here marry white women. Listen, Black men over here hunt down white women and try to marry them.
So let me.
This is true.
So Afrodamos. So what I look at, we have the same goals, right? But I found out she was even far more smarter than me in terms of business, because I found out what she studied. She studied business analysis. When I mean, real business. That's in my company. She's an analyst, market analyst. You understand? So we start forming together to build what we call consulting company. So I work in a company. Then the same time, she asked me to run what we call consulting company also under that same company. So for me, it's about win-win. But the love is there, though. Big love. You understand me? It's not about playing games or doing all that thing. So if I see this in TV, I'm not going to wrap my head on that when I see TV against her. Hell no. You understand me? Because individuals in Nigeria, there are wicked people that are very bad. You understand me? Individuals. Even inside your family that won't even kill you. You know what I'm saying? So when some of these Black Americans are coming to Africa to sell something that Africans are not totally used to at all, then the Africans have become more hostile towards you because they're not used to, because they deal with individuality. They deal with you, not him, or not collectively. But collectively, they can create peace. But
I don't think that. I think that African Americans, when they travel, a lot of them, like me, I'm myself wherever I go. I don't change up based on my geographical location. You got people who hit African soil and they suddenly become the most pro-Black B1.
I've seen that.
And it's like, that's just not who you are. You're pretending. Me, I teach at martial arts school with 99% white people. You know what I'm saying? So I interact with white people all the time. when I went to South Africa, I don't mind South Africa. I was sitting at the restaurant outside arguing with a white dude about politics, about Donald Trump and stuff. And the African dudes there were just kind of shocked, like, yo, bro, you just like arguing with this white dude like it's no big deal. And I'm like, it's not a big deal. I don't change up for the optics of the camera and all that stuff. When I'm the person who taught me how to secure contracts in Kenya for construction projects is white. He's a white dude who's married to a Kenyan woman who's a member of parliament there. White people can teach you things just like black people can. You just have people who just feel like angry when they get to Africa if they see like they want Africans.
But do you think they're pretending? There's no way they.
There's two things. Some are pretending, but the other thing is misery loves company. You
Right.
know?
Let me round up. Let me see. Look. What I'm trying to talk about is Rehab. They can have as a Rehab, but they have to be in between the boundary of not extending the negative part to just out to Africans like that. You understand? Because Africans are not in the same stage, and they will never be in the same stage with them. Because when I was growing, I never had my father or my grandfather talk about this or that or that. So we see things in a totally different form. What I'm trying to say is this: you can come to Africa because you're black. You know, you can have your own peace of mind if you want that. Have your own space if you want that. But the
Hey,
majority
never,
of them-
Afridamus, as much as you heard me on YouTube, have you ever heard me say I hate white people?
No, I've never heard you.
I've
In
never-
fact, you have like a white friends that you talk to. I think I've seen a video. Like
Dude,
a
I have
friend or
cousins
something.
who are white
Yeah,
through marriage.
yeah. I've never heard
After
you
that,
say
give me
that.
2 seconds to round up. I'll
Okay.
be here maybe for 30 before I go back. I'll go to bed. After that, let me just be honest to you. In Nigeria here, why I'm using Nigeria because this is where I live. In Nigeria here, there are a lot of white people who are Nigerian citizens. You understand? Who are real Nigerian citizens. Some of them, but they're into government, big time government offices here. You understand? So we don't really see. Yeah, we can see your color, but we don't judge you based on your color. We just judge you on who you are. You understand me? Because some of the parents of these guys, some of them just second generation, some of them third, some of them first. But we just judge you who you are, and they speak this language, this broken English. Some of them
The
speak
pigeon.
Hausa.
I've seen videos.
Yes, some of them speak pidgin, some of them also speak Hausa. So most of them are in Jos area. You understand me? And some of them they have contracts. As no a Nigerian white guy who married to a Kenyan lady. But only that they do businesses. You understand me? They associate themselves. So you cannot tell a Nigerian person the moment you open that mouth, say how you day, man, what's your problem? Man, you will flare up. You understand me? Oh, okay, but sorry. We don't really judge you by your color, or we don't judge you who you are. That's why I'm using Nigeria as an example. But if you want to come to Ghana or any other place because you see a YouTuber promoting it without not really know the reality of it, you think you can come over there and have a smiley teeth.
But what I do know about Africa is this: as the demand for African resources grows, as the world goes more global, and you guys get an even greater influx of different races, like your ancestor in Nigeria didn't feel like you feel right now, because they were dealing with these people being openly adversarial towards them, right? You guys are dealing with these people pretty much being nice, being friendly, and all this stuff because they have something to benefit from that.
No.
Wait. Let me finish.
Hold on. Let me finish. Wait. My grandfather never taught me about anything negative about the white man. What my grandfather said is try to know the knowledge, because he found out that they know a lot when they move over to do even when the Africans have their own knowledge, but you try to understand the knowledge, the educational aspect of it. Try to have that knowledge. That's what when we talk about Africans are cities totally different. You have to come from your ancestors. Our ancestors, even when they have problem, but they started their problem by mouth. You understand? They all become friends later. That's what you have to understand.
But what you
So
have
they were
to
not
what
just
you
like
have
life,
to
they were never like life enemies or
what you
anything. They fought each other, but they all become friends later.
but
Forgiveness happened.
listen, yes, what you have to understand is 90% of the time when two groups of people go to war, they come out with a unique understanding of each other's perspective. White people had that with Japanese people after World War II. That's why they're able now to work together to make billions of dollars and have all these companies and tech companies and all that stuff. So the African has experienced something with the white man that the
Mhm.
African American has never experienced. We've never done open war with white people. So African Americans walk around with like a chip on their shoulder as if like somebody who you really want to fight with, but after you fight them, you can shake hands and say, okay, it's over. Yeah, okay, it's done. African Americans never had that. So they carry like this resentment, like there's like this unfinished business with the white man, right? And instead of letting
You
it
know what,
go,
Brandon? You're right, because if you look at even places like, they say, Guinea-Bissau, right?
yeah,
Guinea-Bissau is like, some blacks here, they might say, oh, that dusty little country, but go look at their history. Not that long ago, they fought with Portugal, Europeans, and they won. I'm not talking about marching, like I'm talking real warfare in the
that's
open
that's
field.
that's where my DNA is from. When I did my African ancestry, it went back to Guinea-Bissau to the Balanta tribe.
Yeah, so the people that have been in that position, they would feel like, okay, yeah, the business have been taken care of, so no need to have any type of hate. Like, look at the relationship between America and Vietnam, and these people, they went over there. The Vietnamese are like, hey, America, you might be big, but they fought America to the teeth, and now there's mutual respect.
Right. And African Americans have to just accept the fact that, there was a time when fighting what could have happened, but when we had the opportunity to fight, we chose to fight on the side of whites, right? Like I always give this stat. During the Civil War, when the North fought the South, there were 180,000 black troops who fought in the Civil War on the side of the Union Army. If we wanted to fight white people, we could have did it then and probably won. You see
And
what
you
I'm
didn't
saying?
even count the ones on the Confederate side, because there were
Right,
blacks on that
exactly.
side too.
Exactly. So if we wanted smoke with these dudes, we didn't. We would have had it. But the reality is, we've developed a bond with them based on being in close proximity with them, working in their houses, raising their children, stuff like that. You're going to develop a bond with a group of people if you do that type of stuff, and that bond is going to kind of snuff out the adversarial energy that you might have. But instead of just accepting that, moving forward and saying, look, if I have a problem with the way they're doing things, I can just go to Africa and just be amongst my own and get a wife and get citizenship in 5 years and do it like that. We just look at it like, a lot of us just look at
Okay,
it
wait,
like
Brandon, let me
individuals.
ask you this. Brandon, you think if America decides today, right? They are like, okay, we're gonna cut the check, give reparations to all, FBA aiders, right? What percentage do you think will take their checks? Now it's no excuse to go like somewhere in Africa and buy huge piece of land, have property and start. Like, what percentage do you think?
1% or less. Like, what it
Wow.
end up, because if you got money, right, and you've lived
Right.
in this country, okay, it's like this. What do black people in America do when they get money? They move from the hood and they move around a bunch of white people.
Into the suburbs.
So what Dr. Amos Wilson taught us is that we've been programmed in a way in America to where we now allow white people to establish for us or determine for us what is valuable and what we need to make us happy, right?
Mhm.
Back in the day, black people wasn't worried about no car or nothing like that. But white people have programmed us to where they're like, look, to be happy, you need like the house, the car, the 2.5 kids, and the dog, right?
Mhm.
So
The nice
it,
shoe,
yeah,
clothes.
so if they set the criteria for happiness for us, how can we in our mind ever be happy being away from them, ultimately being removed from the things that they produce that they've taught us we need to make us happy, right? So what you'll have is you'll have probably 1 or 2% of people like me and like Dynas will dip out, go move to Africa. And with our newfound wealth, we'll start building shit, infrastructure, things like that. The Black Americans here will probably end up just blowing all their money on BS, right? And
Yeah.
then saying we should have went over there and did what they did, and probably try to come through later.
But Brandon, why not West Africa for you? Because you know, are you gonna go?
I gotta go to Guinea-Bissau because that's where I'm from. Like that's my people over there. So I'm even in a group on
Aphrodite, let me
Facebook.
round up. I'm going to bed. Aphrodite, let me just tell you one thing.
Yeah.
What I see, it just give me just 2 minutes, or I'll be leaving. What I just see there is this: white people like competition. You want to call competition? You know, white people love competition. So what I say about the Black American, I'm not the majority of them. You know, but some part of them, they like to complain a lot, rather to have that's called go ahead compete in terms of business. But if you deal with white people, will you compete with them? They love it a lot because they start seeing you like, whoa, this guy. You know, you go ahead. You know, that's what we did. That's what we did in Nigeria.
Mhm.
When white people came in to do business, we just have to learn from them. They will compete with them, right? Some of them stay, some of them who could never stays long, they left. So what you have to do, first of all, you have to compete. Is that competition that will make you grow? That having a painful mind, hatred mind, due to that, you start hating everybody. That's why Africans, when they come over to the United States, they are really into learning that they want to compete. Compete a
Compete.
lot.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to talk about is this. Africans really, they just learn and they want to get things fixed on their own later, because we don't really wait for somebody, because no government is giving us check here. We don't pay for anything. If let's assume American government pay what they say they're owing them, do you think it just be easy like that? It just be cheap? Just say I give to you? Unless they pay you this money, then you cannot even be into competition, into business or other aspect. The Latinos will come over and take over your space still because they give you the check, but you can't compete. You have nothing else to blame. So you'll be bossed into a very big boss. And that boss, that will be the end of Black America. Even open mouth and say, oh, we build America. It will never. Now the Latinos said, no, man, they just pay your job. They pay your labor.
Yeah. Reparation.
So that's what I'm trying to say, that for Africans, that's what I say, some of them will fit in here, but some of them not at all. Because Africa don't see the way they see things. I did a lot business with white people. I've won inside my house, and I know how the way they think, and I roll with it's all about competition. Come with ideas. They come with theirs, you come with yours. They will see what fit into the something. If you win, they will shake you. No hate and nothing. Have a great day, man. I'm going to bed tomorrow.
Thank you. Hey, Brandon, I think this was for you. Nat Turner said, you do need a damn car, you lunatic. We live in a first world country. You others are talking crazy as hell.
What I said, you need a car. I didn't say anything about somebody
I
needing
know.
a car.
I know. He's because I guess about the check thing. But we have Jude. Jude is back. Jude, what do you want to say about what Brandon is saying and Kidola and the others? You're back here because you don't think the blacks should come. But go ahead, Jude.
Affidemos, look, I don't have no problem, right? When
Yeah.
people that have money go to Africa and exploit Africa, I don't have no problem with it. But you have people that have DNAs, it tells them, oh, they're from this part of Africa. They're from this part, but they don't like going there. That tells you something. It means their mind has been occasioned from where they came from. They're telling you, hey, go to this place.
Wait. You said they don't go to where?
Where their DNA tells them to, right? It tells them they're from this country, but they don't go there. They go to where the money is at, where they tell
But
them.
the blacks are a mixture of different African tribes, right?
Right. But most of them are taking DNA. They have majority tribes that they like, and most of them
In
go
West
to
Africa.
right. They have countries that is not even part of their DNA. But this is the thing, right? I don't know about what is happening in West Africa. It really don't bother me, right? I'm from Central Bantu, so it really don't bother me. But you guys should have laws in place, because there are things that are happening in Africa that if you guys don't take actions now, it's gonna get worse.
You don't think like Bantus were brought to America too?
Yeah, Bantu were slaves. Bantu were
Okay.
captured and sold. We didn't sell nobody. We were captured and sold. But this is the thing.
That's to be debated.
Yeah, but most blacks in America consider Bantu territories as very poor, and they don't like going
Oh, okay,
over.
I see what you're saying.
So they prefer West Africa, or that's why when they go to countries, they say it's westernized. They prefer places that are westernized. You know, in Africa, or they go to like Kenya, or if they have, blacks don't like building stuff. They like places that is already built, so they can
What do you
enjoy.
mean? Black people are going to Ghana left and right. It ain't shit in Ghana.
Come on, man, I'm telling you, but shitty Ghana is not the same as other countries.
Bro, I didn't say shit.
Shitty Ghana is not the same as Guinea-Bissau.
I've said
have
there's
you-
that much in Ghana. Bro.
Right, but why haven't you gone to Guinea-Bissau?
He
Because
said
I
he's
don't-
going.
No,
But you have gone
listen.
to
Let me
East
answer your
Africa.
question. Let me answer your
But-
question. So when I was gonna go to
Let me finish,
Guinea-Bissau,
man. I don't have much to say. Let me just finish real quick. This is not Dinah show, bro.
you
We just
asked me a
come.
question.
No, I didn't ask you. I said, why haven't you gone to Guinea-Bissau
That's called a
first
question.
before going to East Africa?
That's called a question, right?
Okay, go ahead. Why?
Because I'm in a group for people who have DNA that goes back to Guinea-Bissau, and when I
But
was
you have
going,
no DNA in Kenya. You just go there.
hold on, bro. So when I was planning to go to
Somebody's
Guinea-Bissau,
echoing.
it's
Go
because
ahead.
Judah needs to mute.
Yeah, I have
So
to mute them. Go.
And when I was making my plans to go to Guinea-Bissau, the people in the group were like they were having some type of civil unrest over there, like a civil war, some type of infighting within that country. And so I was just like, I talked to Dynas because his DNA goes back to Guinea-Bissau too. And he was like, yeah, we need to
Yeah,
hold on.
but
Jude, let him finish. If you interrupt, it's gonna echo. Jude,
more minutes to go, bro. I have to go to work or something. This is the thing. I just want to say this. Look, the more there are people that are out for their money, all these Pan-African people or this and that, it's never gonna be a day where Africa is even gonna unite anyway. That's why you see.
but wait,
Egypt, Right.
Jude, you do realize like South Africa, most of all those countries, they are Bantus. So the Bantus are not poor, like you're trying to put it.
No, the Bantus are not poor. This is the thing. You have
Kenya has Bantus.
Yes,
You
Kenya
have
too.
Well, you have semi-Bantus, right? This is the thing where most people don't know this. When it comes to Bantu, you have semi-Bantus. You have
Wait, are you making up stuff? What do you mean semi-Bantu?
No, I'm not. Go Google it. Semi-Bantus.
No,
means
I don't want to Google this. I want you to tell us here.
Let me explain it. You have Bantus that have admixture in them. It means that when they left their original home, they mixed with other tribes, so they became semi. It means they have mixed up with other tribes. So if you go to Kenya, you have semi-Bantus in Kenya. It's different from the original Bantus, like the Bakongo, like Bantus in Central Park. So you have to learn more on that. But this is my point, right? People are going to Africa based on linguistics. They go to Africa because they want to speak their colonial language. English is what they see first.
Wait.
I'm telling you, this is what is happening. They choose the colonial language which they like, which is English.
Dinas was just in Senegal. That's French.
Can I explain? I know a lot of African Americans in Senegal. You know why? Because I follow them. And you know why most of them are married to Senegalese. And you know why? Because the guy that they call J.H. Mahdi. I know Mahdi. I've talked to Mahdi. He's one of African Americans. He moved there. He's married to a Senegalese. And that's who Dinas went to.
So hold on, Jude. I gotta thank MS Delta for the $100 super chat. He said, hello, Afridamus. ADOS FBA reparations rally in Washington, D.C. Hold on, let me thank him properly, okay? Thank you so much. Here. All right, keep going. Thank you so much, MS Delta. Thank you for showing up.
See, this is my point, man. I'm just saying, people don't go to places that are not built, especially African Americans. If you go to DRC Congo, there are a lot of Chinese people doing businesses in Congo DRC. You wouldn't find an African American over there because they call
Where?
it insecure.
In DRC?
In DRC Congo, go on YouTube.
I
and
can
see
assure
what
you
they are.
that there will have to be some.
I follow French, I follow Francophones media space.
Okay.
And know what is going on.
But if people, you, Judah,
no,
you're being,
let me finish, man.
wait,
This
bro,
is the thing.
your viewpoint is very immature because why would a person who doesn't have experience in laying down infrastructure go to a place with no infrastructure? They're literally useless there. So they go to where they
come on, man. Come on.
What do you want them to go there and do?
Oh, okay. This is my point. This is where I tell you these Pan-Africanists are out for money making because they want to go to places where they feel like the colonial language is spoken. And this is why I think West Africa is
this guy's not making
Jude, let me ask you. Jude, let me ask you, Jude. Do you know, like, if it's a colonial language, right? Colonial language is spoken everywhere in Africa.
I'm talking about English.
So,
they don't go to places
hold on. Okay, let me finish here. Let's say someone who speaks English, most blacks speak English. I mean, already there's culture shock. Like, are you saying, they shouldn't go to a place at least that would give them a bit of advantage? Language being something.
Bro, I have no problem. People go where they want to go. But this is the thing, right? This is the thing. Don't go to Africa and call yourself a Pan-African if you don't know what Pan-Africanism is. People go to countries.
But you quit being Pan-African. Like,
I'm not a Pan-African because people put everybody in the box. They don't even know where Lesotho is. They don't know where Eswatini is. They don't know where Sao Tome and Principe is. And they just go to one country and come back and call themselves Pan-Africanism. It doesn't work like that. You have no clue about Africa. All what you focus on is the Gambia, is Ghana, and this. And you call it, no, man, that doesn't work like that. You have to be versed with the continent. They have no clue, so don't call yourself a Pan-Africanist.
No, but so Jude, are you saying if you only went to Gambia or Kenya, you can be a Pan-Africanist?
No, man, you can't. What do you know about Africa? You don't know nothing. You don't even know where Eswatini is located, and you're just talking about your trip from Sierra Leone back to United States. You're not. You are to make your money.
Wait. So, okay, if the person, okay, maybe they went to Sierra Leone, right? And then they eventually are working their way to different countries. So being because if the person is in Gambia or Senegal, for instance, if they speak English, I mean, naturally it makes sense for people to go to the place where they'll be able to communicate.
This is what I'm telling you. Chinese people don't have problem with languages. You have to learn that. If you're a business, if you have a mind of growing, there is no problem going to a place where you can. That's why I talked to Go Black on one of his channel. He went to South Africa and he was asking people, hey, what is your name? And they told him, my name is Jackie, my name is James. He said, but what is your African name? And when they told him, when the people told him they are African, he couldn't pronounce it.
Wait. Hold on, let me thank MS Delta, and then I'll let you speak. MS Delta, thank you for the super chat again. He said, I am not Pan-African, but African American do go to different countries in Africa. Some people want to build, others want African rehab at Club Med on the beach. It depends. You are absolutely correct there. I've seen black people go to places that don't speak English, to be quite honest.
Right, apart from hey man, but this is the thing, right? This is the thing. Go Black goes and asks people. That's why South Africa get mad, and you want to say, oh, they are westernized. This is the thing. When African Americans go to places, they say it's westernized, but those are the places they like. They want places that is already
but Jude, what's wrong with that though?
What is wrong with that? Because it takes the mindset of being Pan-African. They feel like when Africa looks developed, it looks it's westernized. They feel that Africa cannot be developed without, like, you know, like somebody comes to your home and you have a TV at your home, and they say, "Wow, you look westernized because you have a television," as if you weren't supposed to have it.
Wait,
It's like going to,
who says that?
man, watch most of these Pan-African, you know. I was there's this other guy that I follow, you know, I don't want to call his name, but he went to, oh, he looks westernized. Oh, South Africa, they don't behave like Africans. Like, it makes no sense. You go to
No, but
Kenya, oh,
South Africa is very westernized though.
what do you mean westernized? Isn't
It's like a first world country, like
what is a first world country?
like the United States, Western
So
Europe, you
Africa,
know.
so Africa should stay a village. Oh, this one.
No, it doesn't mean that. Hold on, let me read what you said here. So here's semi-Bantu. Can you mute yourself?
Right, okay.
Semi-Bantu in British language. A group of languages of West Africa, mainly Southeast Nigeria and Cameroon, that were not traditionally classified as Bantu, but that show certain essential Bantu characteristics. They are now classed with Bantu in the Bene Congo branch of Niger Congo family. So these are West African.
Why? Some of them are considered East African as well. Like us from Cameroon, we know that Semi Bantus are people that have mixture. When you mix with other tribes, you become a Semi. It means you are not Semi. Is like half. Like you lose it. So you don't become original no more. That's just what it is. But this is the thing, right? People, I'm not like for African unity, because some African countries have so much problems in them. They have to take care of their problems. If you can't unite in your own country, you can be calling for African unite. So, you know, I am from Cameroon, so there's a problem going on, and I wish we could have our own spot and call it our own country. And that's what people should fight for, their right and protect their land. And that's just what it is. You know, you want to do what you want, and that's based on you. But you know,
like saying they have to, going to Congo, that's unreasonable, right? So let me read this real quick. MS Delta, thank you for the super chat again. Man, today you guys are going to be dancing a lot because MS Delta is in the house here. So let me thank him properly. So, MS Delta said, as an African American, I am not ashamed when I fly to Africa first class and stay at top hotels. I don't feel guilty, especially in Cape Town. Exactly. I mean, there's no need to feel guilty. You got to live good life. Hey, you get to live once in your life. You see, I was telling this one guy how I was having a good time when I was flying, in first class. I like flying in first class myself too. The seats are spacious. They serve you better food. And the guy got upset. He said, who the hell do you think you are, Afridamus? Are you better than Africans now? This has nothing to do with being better with people. I just like those big seats. Let's allow KBM to come in. Go ahead, KBM.
No, I first came on because Jude was making the claim that America is sending people to Africa. Like, what do you mean? Who is it in America that's sending Americans to Africa other than the people wanting to come to Africa themselves?
Man, people are getting paid, man. I watched a live where
By who?
somebody said the government is getting paid. Yeah, man.
Which
people that are going to.
Okay, the government's getting paid, but you didn't say the people.
Right, but they're getting paid because they're still paying taxes. I watched a live video where this one was talking about,
okay, hold on. You keep going back to videos. Who is the government in the government? Like, which division of the government is paying who to come to Africa?
See, when people go to Africa, right, they are not going on their own.
You're already starting off wrong. I asked you,
guys,
who in the government?
Sorry, like when Jude, if the person is talking, for some reason your audio is messing up, so just let them finish, because I don't want it to mess up the audio, because people are trying to hear it but it's echoing. So just let him finish and then you can jump on. Go ahead, KBM.
It's just really a simple two-part question. Who in the government is paying the American people? And then who are the American people? Well, I think you've already answered that, are coming over. But what is it that they're really doing when they're coming over? So just start with the first question. Which part of the government is paying people to come over to Africa and do what?
Go ahead, Jude. Jude, are you there? Unmute yourself, Jude. I don't know what happened. Did Jude got taken out? Jude, are you there? Okay. Hopefully we get Jude back. All right, we have Kifaru here. Kifaru, welcome to the show.
Yes, brother. What's up? I came in late.
You did. Kifaru, you're a Pan-Africanist. Thanks for coming in. Kifaru, do you think that Africa, is a good rehab place for blacks? When I say blacks, mostly because I speak of America, because that's the blacks I know the most, but I'm referring to Repart in general. Do you think Africa is a good rehab place for the blacks?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll give myself an example. Okay, for most of us that have spent some time in the West, okay, we from continent of Africa, just straight away from the continent. When I come to Europe, okay, I have my own piece of like racism discrimination, but for the fact that I know I can always go back to Africa and relax with my people, have a cold head, I see that as a rehabilitation. Not only they need rehabilitation, even Africans themselves need to go back to Africa for rehabilitation. So if they're choosing Africa for their rehabilitation, I see nothing wrong with that, because I can understand how they feel, because I felt just a little bit of it and I see how it's uncomfortable. But when I go back to Africa, the amount of like relaxation of rehabilitation I get just being in that environment really works for me. So if they can do that, why not?
But your fellow Cameroonian said he doesn't. Did you hear what he said? He said it's not a rehab center. In fact, the government should be watching the blacks that are coming over. What do you think about that?
Well, the blacks in Africa, the blacks coming over in Africa have got no power to do nothing. We should be watching the Europeans and the Chinese, because those are the ones who can really make a change, either good or bad. Most of these people just come for their own kind of little business, just for rehab and visiting and just to explore Africa for the first time. No one is watching them. I don't
but really... Jude said they should be watched.
Why?
Because they are trying. He said they're trying to take African land, or they are being sent there. But hopefully Jude will call back. They are being sent there to set up a settlement for America, like a place.
Well, that doesn't make sense. I don't know what's this evidence to prove that. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something up. I don't know. Well, that makes no sense. So they're sending the blacks in America to come to Africa to create settlement for the blacks in America.
Yeah, that's the conversation he was having with KBM, but somehow he dropped off. I mean, I'm hoping, Jude, if you're watching, please, come back, because we have Kifaru here, your Cameroonian,
No, I don't,
brother.
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I go to Africa for my own rehab. Being in the West,
Yeah, but we're talking about the blacks. You are not black, so
what?
I'm talking about the blacks.
I'm not black. What am I?
African.
Okay. I don't want to get to that argument. Yeah,
well,
let's say the blacks. They
yes.
them, I don't think, to me there's no argument. They can go. It can be a rehab center, and if it works for them, it's good. It's
good. The consensus is like, pretty much most people are saying what you are saying. They said it could be, if it's a rehab center, it depends on the person, and okay, for me personally, I believe in, I've said it. I'm like a bird, you know. I can fly and go anywhere. You know, why stay in one place? If you can do it, go ahead. But you know, the blacks, for some reason, they are trying to hold their hand like children. You know, so I'm saying be free. You know, if you see it as your rehab center, go wherever you want. That's my idea. And I know that's probably sound weird coming from me, right? You hearing me say this, but I believe in freedom, you know. So, but I want people to look at it in a different way, because Jude is saying they just want to make money, and I see no problem if they're gonna make money, you know, legally work for it. Like, what's wrong with that?
So who wants to make money?
He said the blacks, because they are making YouTube videos.
But don't everybody want to make money to make a living?
Yes, they're making YouTube videos, and so that's not, you know, Pan-Africanism.
Well, it's so weird. I don't even know how to start making this.
Well, maybe you will maybe you might understand where he's coming from. He's from Cameroon, so I mean,
but he's his own mind. He's his own, you understand? But yeah, so I think is the money making thing. Well, not everyone that's coming to Africa may be actually coming for rehab. There might be some people who are coming in Africa. I think they're taking advantages more on their own people. I think like the blacks coming to America, they're taking advantage of blacks in America. They're not taking advantage, for the most part, blacks in Africa. You understand? So if they're going to take advantage, it's for the way I see it, it's most of their people complaining that our people are taking money from us, you know, that extorting us, you know, deceiving us. You know, you may get one African.
Well, Go Black have done videos. There was one who there's some who are pulling a fast one on some Africans. Like, he did a story about a guy in Tanzania. You know, in Tanzania, where this black person, he pulled a fast one on him the same way some of even Africans, this is common even in Gambia, people who they might come from the Western world on vacation, they might borrow money from the people who are there and just disappear, you know. So I've heard people do that. So Go Black did a program about that, where there's this guy. He acted like a big roller, high roller. He went to Tanzania and have this guy go borrow money and give it to him. He took the guy out there, partied, but he flipped it and made it seem like, no, I mean, we just partied together. So some do that.
Yeah.
And nothing wrong with that. I mean, like, my thing is, there's going to be people, let me rephrase that. I didn't say nothing wrong with it, but there's going to be people like that who would be coming as well. So they need rehab also.
Yeah, a criminal in America is going to be a criminal in Africa. You know, if you're in America, you're a criminal mindset, you're not going to change when you come to Africa. You're going to come to Africa and see how you can use the found terrain to continue your criminal activities. It's not going to rehab someone like that. You know what I mean? So most of these people, so the point is, if you're coming to Africa to get rehabilitation, I can assure you.
Hold on, let me show you guys the type of rehab program myself here, Afridamos, I have put together for the people visiting Gambia, because you have to learn how to do the things the way we do it. Here's a video that was sent to me. See, you have to learn. You have to learn to dance this way, because you see, Kifaru, you've never seen a video of me dancing this way, do you?
Well, I will not be surprised if I see you dancing anyway.
Kifaru, you are looking at one of the best dancers right here.
Was that you dancing there?
You never know.
Okay.
But yeah, that's one of the, the beginning of the rehabs also, because, the blacks love to dance. So I want to put this type of things together for them so the blacks can go learn the African way of dancing. What do you think about that? Kemet Kunda, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Kemet Kunda,
yeah.
what do you think about the Africanos dance program you just saw?
In fact, that been that been showed just now. It dragged my mind back to a lady called Rahima. She, she provides things like Wolof classes, and at the same time, she's a dancer, and she will learn all this African dance style, and then give it an African name, and tell you a bit of a story of these dances. So most of the reparts that are here, living and doing business here or visiting, they will join in this dance class with her. I mean, she speaks Wolof, not fluent Wolof, but she tries a lot. So she always publishes, classes going on for what is it called?
No. This, with this program, this rehab program, we want people. We're not looking for $5 Wolof speakers. We're looking for actual Wolof speakers like myself, or maybe like a $5 FBA person. No. We want the full FBA. So no $5 Wolof, no $5 Wolof speakers.
Yeah, I mean, like because to be honest, like you hardly see, what is it called? Like let's say schools or establishing going to learn for Wolof and other things, apart from other reparts coming doing well in trying to learn the language and then creating their own classes for, obviously it's going to be business for them if they can really, and a lot of people are interested because they find it easier to integrate and understand some of the things, with the locals here and there, if they know the basics of, it's like going to America, you can't speak English, but only French and German.
Wait, Kemet Kunda, let me respond to. See, MS Delta said Afridamo stole that dance from FBA. I knew FBA, the moment I showed this, they would try to steal it. But I would thank you with that dance anyways. Here we go. Thank you. Go ahead, Kemet Kunda.
Yeah, hey, Afridamos, that dance is not even funny. I have one that is so like I have another dance like that where this is more of like more acrobatic than this one. I might send it to you so you can give them a taste of a hint. That's
No, in fact,
coming from my side, the
in fact, they haven't seen the Afridamos dance yet. Wait till I put that video together, because I'm being careful hiding, because I know FBA, they are very good at stealing people's dance moves. So that's why I'm guarding mine,
Those are fighting words. Those are fighting words.
So guys, we've been here almost 2 hours. I actually, I didn't want to go over that. The show is going well, but before we close out, I want to give you gentlemen one round each for you guys to close out, about it.
Yeah, I came in late, but to me, this was a really simple question. And if Africa is rehab, yeah, I think if it works for African Americans, why not? They should come and explore Africa, because, as I said, me myself, I still go to Africa for rehabilitation. When I go, I always go to my village where there's serenity, and like just go there, like live with the locals in my village, my great grand cousins or like whatever, and it works. So if these people can come to Africa and feel the same, they're welcome. So
yeah, well, thank you. I'm actually, I wasn't gonna end this, but now that I saw the dance, I'm itching to leave to go to my dance studio, because so my legs are, I'm having Happy Feet. You remember Happy Feet, the movie Happy Feet? Yeah, like that. Oh, okay. So we are Kemet Kunta. You are up. Go ahead with your closing statement. And MS Delta, thank you so much. He said, "Afridamos, it's not stealing, it's innovating." I know, right? I know exactly. That's what they call it. Let me thank you properly. Thank you so much. All right, go ahead, Kemet Kunta. Are you there?
Is it me?
Yes, go ahead. Your closing statement.
Oh yeah. Well, my closing statement is a piece of advice going out to all reapers, home and abroad, that the best way to settle down in Africa is to learn the experience by yourself, by traveling by yourself, and then humble yourself, and then observe and learn things and see the things that resonates with you, and things that fits with you. And because people come to Africa with some post-trauma and trauma as well, based on what their life, biography, based on what their marriage problems and all kind of garbages. So all these things also contributed to what triggers them when they try to settle down in business or meeting a new partner here and there. Also, the most important thing is to prepare yourself mentally. You can read as much as you can. It's important to prepare yourself mentally, physically, and even spirituality. Ask about things and try to see how it resonates, what other facts, what other non-facts about it. This might help you to give you a pre-settling mindset zeal to really go and enjoy your vacation or whatever plan you want to set out there. Peace out.
Thank you, Kemet Kunda. Thank you for coming in. All right, we have KBM. KBM, go for it.
Yeah, I think I really wouldn't call it a rehab center. I think Africa can be, for a lot of people, not everybody, but for a lot of people, very therapeutic, because when you're surrounded by the people, it really doesn't matter in any given country. You're surrounded by people who, just by culture, are very happy in nature. Some people like to claim, well, the Europeans taught them to be a certain way. No, it's not like that at all. Because if you
Oh,
read
hold
some of
on,
these
KBM.
old, yeah,
KBM, I was saying closing step, but Jude came back. I'll give him a
okay,
few minutes. You were asking him a question about who's sending,
yeah, which
trying to send
government
the black.
entity?
Yeah, so I'll give you guys a few minutes for you, for him to answer you, and we can close out.
Oh, yes, I'm at work, so I didn't have time to come back, but I just came to answer his question, right? Who was sending people to go back home? The
So
government, United States government is sending
wait, you
back,
said back home? Or,
back home to where they call home, Africa. United States
so
government.
it's their home, right?
The claim is, I mean, is what they say is their home. Home can be anywhere. So if they
Okay.
claim that part is their home, then they are being sponsored, right, by
Who's
somebody.
sponsoring the U.S. government?
The U.S. government. This is a thing.
Are you
Most of
serious?
Which
Do you
which
have
part of
proof?
the government?
because
Which part of the government?
most of you Africans really don't have clue about what is going on in the world. You guys
That's
just
why
sit
we're
around
asking
and
you. Tell us.
why you guys just sit around and watch history happen. This is the thing I told you before. When the Jews were moving from where they were to Israel, where it is right now, they were scouting for places. They scout even Uganda. Uganda was part of Israel at that time. You know why they didn't take Uganda? Because they say Congo was crazy, so they didn't take Uganda. They went and they chose over Palestine and took over, and that's what it is. It's gonna be a point in time where most Africans gonna regret, because the people that are coming home might end up encircling the places that you live in, and people
Jude,
that are Pan
wait.
African is
Jude, you said encircling the place.
the
I
place that you
I, I
guys
I
live.
think you finally read Marcus Garvey's book.
You did?
Right. But this is the thing that I'm telling you, right? And these countries that people are going to, they are soft. They don't have. Gambia is really so small. So I really pray because
Wait. So I know. Okay, I know Gambia is small, but are you saying we're gonna get encircled?
I'm just saying, you people, most Africans don't foresee things. That's why they take a
But
good step ahead of you. And
but how many? But like, how many blacks live there? Do you know?
I don't know how many blacks leave. You can tell how many blacks have moved back to your country, because I don't think we have any going to Cameroon, and
But
I don't think
these are nice people.
that's what you think. But when they come back and tell you what they experience, it's not gonna be nice. You watch Ad Carty, right? You know what he did. You watch the other guy that got married to 7 Gambia women and
Oh,
divorced them
Wait, which one?
and divorced them the next week. You know what I'm talking about? The guy
Who?
that was working with Al Kati, he's
Oh,
still there, right?
Kwesi?
Kwesi. He got married to 7 Gambia women and divorced them the next week. I'm just letting you know, man. They come over, disrespect your culture, come
No,
back
but
and
Jude. Most people, didn't you hear Kemet Kunta say it here? There's a lot of blacks there who you don't even hear about.
that's what I'm saying.
They are living. What I'm saying, they are not bothering anyone. They're not trying to dominate anybody. They're just living their
Yeah.
lives.
I have no
What about that?
I have no problem. I haven't said anybody that's moving back home is a problem. I didn't say
So
that.
so what about the Chinese and the white people that are there?
Right. Have you seen when Chinese come? I don't know what they do to Ghana, because I heard they are taking the gold mine somewhere. But when they come to Africa, to where I'm from, right, they do what they got to. They work with the government. They do, a lot of construction that is happening in Africa is done by the Chinese. You go to Zambia, you see what they did. They did good growth, good infrastructure. You go to Kenya, they are doing the same thing. You
So
go to
are
countries
you
that,
saying that is the government sponsoring, let's say, the guys you're seeing, like let's say diners and this guy here? Are you saying the government is the one sponsoring them too?
come on, man. Have you seen an African American that's rich move to Africa, like who really have money? All these people
Yeah.
depends on what they
Uh-huh. No, there are some who are rich, they move there.
bro. Don't get started. But I'm just telling
No,
you
but
that.
no, I'm telling you too. Like you said that you seen rich. Yeah,
Right.
there are rich ones.
Me and you live in the state. I don't know what you consider rich, but the people that go to Africa, I don't think they can actually have companies, like huge companies, like what
No, there are
I'm
people. There are. I heard there are some. You do realize that some blacks that have huge companies in South Africa, right?
No, it's that's what it is. Have you
No,
seen
like there was South Africans on the show here that even said that.
right? But I mean, people can go over and buy what they want to buy or rent. I know people
Wait,
that can
but
go.
Jude, you're being unfair because you're not even acknowledging, the
Bro,
ones that are business. You just dismissing it.
Well, I'm not talking based on any other African countries. You can claim what you are. You can let people take advantage of what you got. I mean, like where I came from, we are warriors. Like you need the government. You need to protect your own people first.
So
Whosoever is
let me ask you this. So are you open to opening your arm? Let's say the government, American government, is not part of it. Are you open to blacks coming to Cameroon?
this is the thing, right? There's in Cameroon we have development issues, and it cut across all African countries. Like like I guess some countries need people that want to develop their places, and the people that needs to develop Africa, I don't see it in black people anyway, because all of us are playing.
Wait. No, I'm asking. Okay, let's say it's clear to you, no government, because you're saying the government is the one sponsoring the blacks, but we don't have
Not
proof of it.
African government. The United States government is sponsoring people.
Who?
The United States government is look. The people that are going to Africa, if you look, they are below average. That tells you the drug. They are.
Which
Come on, man.
branch? Which
Come on,
branch of
man.
the government is sponsoring them? That's
Come
what
on,
I want
man.
to ask.
There was a Gambian. There was a guy that is called was the unapologetic
Negropean?
Negopian. He did investigation of most African Americans that went to Africa and checked their record. You know what they got? They had most of them had record. I saw that video, and every video that I saw, there was record pulling up. Now,
Hey, Jude, I got another question for you.
Right.
Because I've been noticing the last couple of videos that you've come on a panel, and especially this one. You got a lot of information. I'll give you that. But I notice, and you cite the information is always coming from YouTube. So is YouTube your only source of information?
Yes, not only my information, but the people that I get the information from are people that have gone, they have come back, they have did investigation on them, and they saying on everything is spilling out on YouTube.
Wait. You said you get it from the people that went to Africa and then came back, and they done
like
investigations on them. Who are the people that done the investigations on them? Because you
I
just
just
lost
call you
me
one
right
of
there.
the. I just call you one of the guy Afro
Who,
P.
the Negropean?
I just there's
Wait,
this lady.
wait.
Let
The
me say.
Negropean. Did you say the Negropean?
Right. There was this
Hold
lady
on.
that just left.
Hold on.
There's this lady that
Wait,
just
wait. I just want to make sure we are on. So you say, so the Negropean is the one that investigated this.
He's not the only one investigating. There are a lot of people on the ground that are investigating people.
You mean
say them?
I said one of them is Negropeans. One of them is Negropeans. That's what I'm saying.
Is there anybody doing investigations that's not a YouTuber?
Well, this is the thing. There was this lady that just came back from Ghana. He's suing the government for
Jude,
that's the reality.
Jude,
I'm
you know,
telling
like, Jude,
right.
Negropean is not an American, and he doesn't even live in Africa.
He's a Caribbean, so it don't matter. But he's black.
But he's not. He's like Negropean doesn't even go to Africa.
Right, but he's doing investigation on people that are defaulting your people. You might not know.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Come on, man. Why you want to sit down and just take everything comes to you, and you don't want to do your own investigation?
No, well, because when you say Negropean, I was confused. I thought
but the people that are coming to Africa are low class people. What does that mean? It means like in ranking, when they rank people. Not the top people in America, the blacks are people that have.
Okay. When you say low class, like what do you mean low class?
So when they rank blacks in America, even though no.
When you say who is ranking them, that's what because when you say
in America they rank people like blacks are the bottom of the chart in America, right? Now when you come,
no, I mean like you only like
bro.
Wait. I'm confused because when you say the low, are you saying only million? Like you consider people's value based on the money they have?
When it comes to ranking, if you rank people from 1 to 10 and 1 be the highest or 1 being the highest, you're gonna see that NBA players, football players.
Oh, okay. Again, so you're going by popularity, but
not popularity. I'm talking on your money. The people that are going to Africa are people that are fed up with the life, with the work.
Okay, wait. Let me read this real quick. Happy Companion, thank you for the $10 super chat. He said, Afridamos for president. Great topic today. We need real shows like this instead of weak ones. Thank you so much. Let me thank him properly. Okay, let's. All right. So Jude, you do okay. If people, for instance, right? Wait. Are you saying that? Are you saying to me, right? Okay, let me give somebody that we are all familiar with. Let's say Go Black to Africa.
Right. He
was in the U.S. Army like 20 years. He served this time and
come on, man.
Out, right? Hold on, let me finish.
What they tell you on paper, man. You see all these black people going to Africa and they're telling you they have all this track record. You never seen that.
Jude,
me and you live in America, man.
Dude, you can look. You can look this up. You can look up his service.
Right. They only tell you.
No. You can literally look this up.
I'm not refusing. I'm not saying
no. You can look this up to prove this.
Okay.
You just gotta tweak some stuff. Okay. The guy is very vocal about it, right? So, okay, what he's saying is not far-fetched. It's not lie. It's normal. You serve in the U.S. Army 20 years, you get good retirement, right? He got his retirement. He's traveling, and there are other even white people who do what he do. They're just not on camera, right? So
Right.
are you telling me? Are you telling me that okay? Because you're talking money, is he low class because he's not in NBA? He's not popular. He's
Bro,
taking
bro,
his
bro,
own money he worked for, and he's
bro,
going out there.
bro. When people explain something, you twist it.
No,
When it
I'm
comes to
asking. That's why I'm asking you. I'm
when
saying
when it comes to ranking in America, even the veterans doesn't rank at the high top. They rank probably at the bottom as well, as normal class citizen, as people that do 9 to 5 jobs.
okay.
The
Again,
the average
so wait.
Can I,
People that do 9 to 5, you consider them to be less than?
look an
Hold on.
average
Let me thank
bro,
MS
let me finish.
Delta. Wait,
Can
wait.
I
MS
finish?
Delta.
Can I finish?
Look.
I would like to come onto this point.
Hold on, Jude. Let me read the super chat real quick. The chat is moving fast. MS Delta said, "Is Jude trolling? Does he live in USA or Africa?" I think Jude lives with the Mormons in Utah or something. So, Jude, I'm confused. Are you saying if somebody
Affidavit.
in America,
Affidavit.
wait, in America, if you do 9 to 5, so you saying 9 to 5ers, they are all low class? How?
Affidavit, let me say something. You keep twisting. Look, an
No, I'm
average
asking. That's why I'm asking you.
that's what I'm telling you. An average African American who has a wife, who's married, who has a husband, who has what he's doing, a full like really good, is not gonna move to Africa. I'm telling you. The people that move to Africa, they are divorced, they have kids. They this is just a fact, man. This is and it seems like you see in Africa they call Africa a dumping ground. Europeans call it a dumping ground. The resources that they don't need, they throw it to Africa. It's the same. The people that are moving back home, the people that mostly they might not be no good in America, so they are moving back because they feel like that's a place where they can make it. I'm not saying every one of them is like that, but this is the thing. You guys want to go ahead and have your own space, that's it. But I'm from where I'm from. It's really hard to come into that community and try to break it up and tell people what to do.
Wait, I think
Because
you
But
triggered
Jude,
Kemet Kunta, but let me read this real quick and we'll allow Kemet Kunta to speak. MS Delta, thank you. He said, "Jude, you are right. We blacks and Africans in America coming back to Africa to take over Cameroon first." So, Jude, looks like he said Cameroon is on the chopping
no
block.
man, no man,
Well,
they can't.
let's well
uh,
don't interrupt his music. Let's let him. Let's thank him with the music, okay? All right, Kemet Kunda, I see that you jumped in when you heard what Jude said. Go ahead.
You
I
see,
want to hear
yeah,
what you want to say. Go
but
ahead,
you
Jude.
see, when I come here, you have a lot of super chat, right? They keep sending in because
Are you saying it's because of you,
of course, I'm giving
Jude?
you real stuff.
Jude,
um,
there
Jude,
was
I need to
bigger.
come
The
into this
biggest super
two
chat
points here.
came in when you weren't here.
Right, but based
Uh-huh.
on what I said, they sent it before I left.
Okay.
Well, we
Let's
have
allow Kemet
MS
Kunta.
Delta
Kemet Kunta,
and
go ahead. Go ahead, Kemet Kunta. I
yeah.
think you have. Jude must have triggered you. You came back. Go
Oh
ahead.
yeah, he does. Oh yeah, he does. It's like a COVID attack, so I have to just look for whatever thing and then wash it up with lime. There are 2 points that Jude made towards getting his source from the the Negropian
Negropian.
and all those things. Okay, I denounce that very well because I am here, so I think I'm more fitting than Negropian to pass information of what's happening in the ground because I'm interacting with people, but only my own people. I'm interacting with all kind of people. So someone who give information without him being on the ground is different from someone who will give the information based on his experience of
He
life.
has people on the. It was
Well,
based on
yeah,
Afofin that
But
Akati
he
yeah,
was.
did. He's coming.
I'm coming. Negropian might as well pay some people or send them some money to give him some other information, particularly to get at some other people. You understand? But now, what I'm telling you is, do you know there are two Black American couples here? Mama Nasira, the vegan people.
Yes.
YouTube
In
them
fact,
and
you know
you see
what?
what they. Yeah,
You know what, Mama?
can you tell me
In
about
fact,
them?
just today, They
Yeah.
sent me a picture of like their nice breakfast they set up. Like, these are my friends now, you know. So
Yeah,
you're
I
right,
mean,
Mama Nasira. Yeah.
yeah, they're doing great here. They're trying to
Mhm.
change the
I have
setup of
no problem. I haven't said
how
people haven't.
people eat here with their own money, not depending on the government, not depending on anything. But like, okay, they got their social pay or whatever, I don't know. But they join hands together to take care of themselves, and they hired Gambia to go and cook for them, and they change the way they cook and to fight most of these bad habits of cooking, putting too much jimbo. So they're really doing well to change the
See, I
mindset of
have
how
no
people eat.
problem. I
Another
didn't say
thing
don't
is,
go to
okay, now
Africa.
just wait. Just give me a second. I'll
Jude,
soon wrap it up.
Jude, let
There
him.
are
Let him. Let him.
there's
Jude.
there's another couple called the Smooth Stone. You need to Google these people. The Smooth Stone. My experience with them is so terrible, so terrible. Like I feel being used by them and a lot of people as well. And these people are from America. So it's like a total opposite to meeting Mama Nasir and other people. So like the Smooth Stone, they're very good at what they're doing. They're great musicians. They had great ideas and stuff, but dealing with them is something else. Like they need money from you, even down to Africans. You know, I helped them with my small car to go all the way to the village. They've been there seriously. They want to build hospital. They want to build anything, and they cannot even buy petrol for my car. How do you want to build a hospital without even buying me a petrol? Me as
See,
an African,
this
and
is
the
why I tell
public is
you the
out
people
there,
that
and
the
then they
people that
flip,
are coming.
from buying, and they flip from all the promises they made to the village that they're gonna build hospital, they're gonna do this. Now they went on what corporate law. Now they're trying to tell people that you should stand on your right, know your corporate law here and there. I'm like, who you gonna talk? Who you gonna talk to in Africa about corporate law? You're gonna get your ass locked in jail. People don't have the time to listen to you. It's a good awareness. But hey, these people were literally selling this thing out to the out on the social media, and they're getting money from people out in the United States without them even know they buy into their dumb shit. I'm telling you. So when these people get to find out these people are fraud, this is where the bombshell comes in. So I'm telling you, like most of these sources you're hearing from Negro European, they're not really
Brother,
factual. I'm not saying they
you
might
just
not
made my
be,
point.
but to be honest, like it doesn't fit into my understanding. That's why I have
Hold
to
on.
come.
Let me thank MS Delta. He said, "Thank you for the super chat, MS Delta." He said, "Afridamus does dress and look like the future emperor of West African Gambian Empire." You are absolutely correct. This is what the ancient Malian rulers used to wear. This type of outfit. So thank you for recognizing that. Let's thank him with the real way to do it at the Afridamus report. So Kemakunda, so you're
Yeah.
saying that Jude is just trying to bring the Negropean on, but he doesn't really he's not giving a credible source.
Yeah, to be honest, it's not a credible. So as far as I'm concerned, with my experience and interaction with few people that I've met, I've met the good, the bad, and the best, and people that are really here for the real deal with their own money.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you work in the US,
No, but
it's
I
a
know
different
like the United
situation.
States government is not giving checks to the blacks to go to Africa. But I
No,
was
they're not.
trying
They're
to
totally
find
not.
out like they're not doing that.
No, unless if
But
you're
let's
working for the embassy
let's allow
and
St.
you have to
James
go
in.
for
St.
certain
James, go
appointment.
ahead, St. James.
Bro, thanks for having me, man.
Hey, thank you for coming in.
I was listening to the show in the background, bro. Hey, bro, Judy, bro, Judy,
What do you think about what Judah is saying?
Judy has been surprising us every day when he click the link, bro. So I don't know. It's been quite some time, man. I listen to Judy talk, man, but now Judy is a complete opposite of everything that he was saying before, man. It's been about 2 years, bro. God damn, you guys
No,
gotta stop.
he's no longer a pan-Africanist, but I
I
didn't
know,
know
I know, I
he
know.
went way left.
Way left. I'm like, okay, you are no longer a Pan-Africanist, right? When I talk, right, I'm not against Pan-Africanism. You know, let's make that clear. It's like even if you're not a Pan-Africanist, you're not against it because you
Right.
believe in something else. But Judah, bro, you taking a inch higher than
He took a
what they
mile.
even
He took
thought about.
miles.
Like, yo, you took it miles. Like, you dropping some stuff. Like, the U.S. government is sponsoring people to go to Africa. You want to stay in your own country. Judah, you defended all these things before. You defended all these things before. Black Americans should have their own place in Africa. They should come and fight for it. And today you are the
Yeah,
total
it
opposite
wasn't.
of it. I'm like,
They said he used to be the king of Wakandan Queen China. Wait,
absolutely, bro. What happened? What happened? I mean, I want to know what happened.
he said he's no longer Pan
No, 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 no,
Africanist,
no,
but
no, no.
he went way left.
No, bro. I understand he said he's no longer one, but I think something triggered Judah. So we need to really find out exactly what happened to our brother Judah, man. Bro, if you're no longer one, is like, yeah, and he has a lot of evidence. My question is, when did you gather all this evidence? Like, it's been about 2 years you were defending all these things. I'm not saying you were wrong. You paid your position, and I respect that. So, but today you are someone like me, right? I mean, I know you heard people disrespect me about certain things, right? So it's cool. But if you never said anything and you held all these evidences, where were you then?
Wait, do you suspect that maybe Judah's girl was taken by a Black American or something, or Black American girl? Like, what's going on?
Judah got let down by something. He was hoping to see something, and he was hoping to benefit from. I'm not saying monetarily. He was hoping to benefit from something, right? Maybe he did not get the acknowledgement he was hoping for.
You think reparation?
Something like that. So, you know, I don't know. I mean,
2023.
Yeah.
No, look, I'm trying not to laugh, but like Judah went way left.
No. Anybody else but Judah, bro. I'm listening to Judah. I'm thinking my head is turning upside down. I'm like, no, that's not Judah, bro.
See, wait, MS Delta said, wait, didn't Judah say blacks came to USA on tectonic plates? You know, I've been sitting here thinking about this. Is this the day that he talked about the tectonic plate, right? Was that the setup to separate blacks from being African? Because he said the slave ship didn't bring them. The earth shifted and sent the black to America.
He said
I was like, wait, like, what are you talking about? I read about this tectonic shift that, according to the book, this is like a way long time slavery, blacks coming to America. That's like, it's not even 500 years fully yet. The moment he said the tectonic shift, I said, wait a minute. Dude, I get it. You might say you're not a Pan-Africanist, but removing the blacks off of the slave ship and putting them on the earth, saying the earth shifted and sent them to America, and white people showed up and turned them into slave. I was like, wait, like, what's going on here? And then Judah, since then, he hasn't stopped. He's just been going harder and harder. You know, he used to call the blacks Africans. Now the blacks are no longer African at all. You know, completely. They are no longer African. He wants them investigated. Like, what is going on here? Judah, call in. I want to know what is going on.
I know what happened. You want to know?
What?
You want to know? Judah was promised a Black American woman, right? So that never happened. He called for one. He said he wanted to marry one, and I don't think that, you know, I don't know if that was Bijou Noir that was supposed to handle that, but she felt it.
The Wakandan?
Yeah, Bijou Noir did not deliver. And, you know, Judah got pissed off since then. It's like, nah, man, I'm going to go against these people, you know.
See, MS Delta, let me thank him. They say, wait, didn't Judah say blacks came to USA on tectonic plates? Yes, he did say that. Like, I was blown by that. I mean, but I thought maybe, okay, that's just it. But Judah went left. Look, St. James, think about it. wouldn't people even think I would be the one to be hardcore like this? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I can.
Imagine people would think I'm the one who would be hardcore like this. Like, look, even Dan Calloway, is that his name? Dan Calloway, the Indian guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, even Dan Calloway didn't use the tectonic shift.
What you just said right now, and people shifted with it.
Yeah, the people shifted with it.
I thought they slid.
No, they
They're on
shifted,
ice.
and the white people were already here, I believe. Somehow they all shifted, and the white people enslaved the blacks. You know, I was like, what? Wait, how did that happen? Like the white people were just waiting as the land shifted. They're like, all right, come on, blacks, let's go. Judah, please call back in because you like saying Afrodamus is putting words in my mouth. I don't want to misrepresent your ideas. You know, if you can come back in, please come back in. I want to know what is going on between Judah and the blacks. Because Judah used to love the blacks, St. James. Do you guys agree?
Man, Judah get compliment every time he click on the link, man. They're like, Judah is the African brother they love to hang with. Judah was the African brother they love for him to call. Judah was balanced. Judah doesn't disrespect people. Judah want people to unite. Judah love Africa. Judah is the one we need. And they give the middle finger to you. They give the middle finger to me. I'm like, Judah was the MVP of Pan-Africanism. MVP. And Judah doesn't want to play his position anymore. Come up, Judah, what happened?
Look, is he on the thing about what is it called? Instead of what is it called? So he was going to the Wakandan, for instance, because maybe the Wakandan promised him something. I don't know. I mean,
Afrodamus, don't. I'm telling you, Judah was promised a woman. I'm telling you,
a black American woman. Wow, this is wild. Judah, in Utah. I've been to Utah. The blacks I've seen there. Yeah, the blacks I've met there, they are mostly African. They are mostly, here we have Judah. You know, Judah, this time we will do our closing, but I want to bring you in so you clear this. Judah, are you here? Oh, MS Delta, thank you for the $2 super chat. He said we need to get Judah out of Utah. Yeah. Judah, are you here? Judah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay, Jude. You see, MS Delta just super chatted again. He said Jude needs an African.
5 minutes ago, man.
You got, 5 minutes is enough. We'll be closing within that. Let me just thank him. He sent 2 super chat back to back. Thank you, MS Delta. You are the man.
Look, what I was saying is Africans have to create their own history. You cannot keep taking history from the Europeans and accepting it as yours. The Europeans told you the tectonic plate happened how many years ago, and you keep believing it.
When did the tectonic plate? So are you telling me, Judah, that the slavery they did not come with ships and and get Africans from the West Coast? Is that what you're telling me?
Go and read the tectonic plate if from the European history. But what happened when that's the European history? That's from the Europeans wrote it. But what happened is when the earth shifted, it was already people living in the world. When it shifted with people, and people were already mixed up. You could actually travel from where you call Morocco into Spain, or from Gambia into what is called United States. But when the earth shifted, it shifted with people on it. And the land and what is the North American continent became what it is.
Let me ask
and the South American continent became what it is.
Judah, let me
Now,
ask you
let
this.
me finish.
Judah,
Let me
wait.
finish.
Judah.
Let me finish.
No,
There were blacks. There were
hold on. I
blacks
want to
in
help you
America
here.
before. Let me.
I want to help you with this. Okay, if the art shifted, right? I'm
There were
glad you
blacks in America.
wait. I just want to make this part. So let's say I'll go with it. The art shifted, right? But if you look at, you do realize, even though Morocco is up north, right? But Morocco is literally on the same coast. It's not that far from Gambia. It's like the same coast. How did this tectonic plate shift and only it didn't choose the Berbers to enslave them in America, Jamaica, and these places? It only chose the black ones that are way down. How was this tectonic plate so selective in picking the certain group of people, and the ones, even though they are all on the same coastline, this at the top, not far, because the earth cannot shift and leave Morocco behind. If it sends the Gambian people to America, you best believe the Moroccans should have been there too. How did they escape this? I'm listening, Jude.
Take yourself off mute.
Oh, well, Jude, hopefully you call in, but let's do our closing statements on that note. Go ahead, KBM. Kemet Kunda, you want to say something, or you already gave your last one, or you want to add on to it before you leave?
No, I mean, I already gave my last one. This tectonic plate issue, I need to go and find it out properly, because I'm just hearing it from the tectonic. Whether it's caused by the rotation and the revolution of the earth, where the shifting of the sun and the moon is clashing, creating a what is it called? Creating a lunar eclipse or solar eclipse. I don't know what Jude is trying to explain here, but I'm only being careful not to go to bed with some headaches of this tectonic plate. But anyway, it's a great show, and we hope to clear these tectonic plates. Is it tectonic or titanic plates? I don't even know. And from which planet do they come from? We know, was people falling out of the planet and jumping into the other planet and then
Look,
finding some spaceships to travel? I don't know.
now Jude
But I'm
got me
still
thinking. All those slave castles, they call them slave castles, and these local griots telling us stories about slavery, and the blacks coming here. The blacks are telling us they are from Africa. Their story matches the storytellers in Africa. I guess that was all a lie. I guess that was all a lie. Well, I don't know. But thank you for coming, Kemet Kunda. Go ahead, KBM.
No, okay. I'll try to finish what I started. Anybody come to Africa, I don't necessarily would call it rehab. I would call it therapeutic, because as we know, most people in Africa, they don't have the issues of Western problems. Everybody's pretty much happy. People are not trying to commit suicide when they lose their job and all this other stuff. It's just a peaceful place to be for the most part. And I can totally understand if somebody's coming to like relax and everything. Africa is probably the best place you could go for a holiday. But if you're wanting to move, then you're really going to have to think about why you're moving in the first place, not just to come to Africa and do some healing. I don't think that's going to work for anybody. But if you want to come here and actually gel with the people, like integrate with the people, you'll do just fine. If you do that, you shouldn't have any issues. But other than that, I think it's very therapeutic, even when you're going back home as a diaspora, not just somebody who's a foreigner going over. I think it's probably the best place on.
I can't stop laughing. Thank you, KBM. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you. St. James, you have the last one. St. James, what do you want to say to this? I can't stop laughing.
Yeah, KBM took the word out of my mouth. Rehab. I don't know. People go to Africa for different reasons. So we can all lump them in one group. And I was just calling for Judy. My situation with Judy, right?
Right. Uh-huh.
I was just calling for Judy because I don't know, man. Bro went left, bro. Bro went left, and
Well, like it's funny. DiCaprio said, I was
uh-huh,
thinking the same thing, right?
uh-huh,
Because
uh-huh,
it was beginning to sound more and more like because
uh-huh,
I used to watch a lot of sci-fi movies. Okay,
uh-huh, uh-huh,
so like DiCaprio said, he said the Land of the Lost is a fictional TV show, Jude.
uh-huh.
Slick Stacks aren't real. You know, I was thinking, I was like, wait, I was gonna ask him that, like, dude, will you watch? Are you like watching a show these days? Like, what is going on? But you know, DiCaprio beat me to it. Thanks, DiCaprio. Go ahead, St. James.
I think, Judah is disappointed. We really need to find out exactly what happened to the brother Judah. Because before he lose it, if Judah has a lot hard evidence that he want to share with us, we would be willing to take a look at it. Until then, bro, I don't know, man. I mean, I respect where he come from, but god damn, that's a lot for me.
Now,
You
now he's
know,
saying the blacks used to were already here. I
you
guess
know,
that's
Judah
yeah.
was
Judah
the
is all over the
MVP.
place. He
You
was.
don't you
He's a,
don't you don't relinquish that title easily. That's not a title you relinquish
wait.
easily,
Is he mad at diners?
I say something. I have no idea about exactly what's going on,
Well,
but if to
I
share
just
with us,
caught
I
it.
have no.
I
I said
remembered. He
I said a
said,
Black American woman, but I have another idea.
"Yeah, go ahead." Hello, go ahead, St. James. Oh, you're muted, St. James. Oh, I don't know what happened to
I
St.
did not hear
James.
you.
Oh, go ahead. No, I was saying, go ahead. Your closing
Yeah,
statement.
I
You
did
were
not.
talking.
Oh, I did not. I did not hear what you said.
Oh no, I was saying. He's talking
I,
that.
I,
I guess he's. I said, is he mad at like diners?
it has something to do with that.
Oh, Audrey said yes. He was heartbroken when diners kicked him off the panel. He said that's
I
why he
believe it.
stopped being
I believe he
Pan-African.
even said that, right?
Yeah, but
I
kicking you
believe he
off the
even said
panel
that. So
doesn't.
it's not something.
That doesn't. Wakandan Queen kicked me out of her channel.
But you remember what I said, right? When you want your recognition and it's not given to you, what happened?
Mm-hmm. I didn't
It's like
mind. I
that.
was like,
It's
oh,
like,
it's her panel. Who cares?
oh, but Judah is the MVP. So when it comes time to get the MVP of the year, is not given to him. So what happened? So that means
Yeah, this
somebody else
is.
gonna get that title. So
Wait,
Judah
is the
has to.
Wakandan channel still on? Does she still make videos?
Man, Judah, she's heartbroken by what Judah is saying lately.
Oh yeah, because the things Judah is saying, this has to be foreign at the Wakandan
Oh
channel.
yeah,
Like,
oh yeah.
look, he's blowing my mind here. I can't
Because
even believe what I'm hearing.
Judah was a paid contributor to that channel. He was a paid
Huh?
contributor. So
Okay.
I mean, when your main contributors, leave
Hmm.
you behind, it's tough to rebuild.
Wow.
So I mean, Judah is on distraction mode, man. He ain't playing. You guys are now observing. Judah ain't playing games right now. Judah is dropping it left and right. A lot of people are gonna catch feelings.
Man, I'm, I don't know what to make of this. This is just gonna, uh, you know, it made my Sunday evening. I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna continue laughing after this show because this is crazy. But St. James, thank you for coming in as usual. You dropped it in, and yeah, make sure you come back in. And St. James, so you said the rehab center is good.
It, it can. I mean, like what?
I
What's
mean,
talking
as
again?
a healing place for
Yeah, it
some,
can be.
like
Yeah,
they say.
you have to acknowledge it first, right?
Right.
Like you go into the hospital, you have to acknowledge they have good doctors in there for you to go. So if you say it's healing, that means you trust the process, and then you can go get your healings. But if you say it's healing and you not still you get there and you still not, you're still not okay, then it becomes a problem. That's what I'm trying to say. If you go there, then there should be some results after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I have to say. I mean, because and when KBM said it, oh, no, not KBM. How you call him? Kifaru, right?
You know
Kifaru
what,
said it.
St.
Kifaru said
James?
it.
I think this here, right, St.
Yeah.
James. In fact, I think you missed it. Maybe this song would help Jude better.
Yeah.
I don't know. In fact, I think at one time this was one of your favorite songs.
Right.
But let me play it for you.
The one and only African superstar with the one and only Ghana roll call. African superstar with the one and only, Hop on the plane, it's the Ashanti again. Represent and treat me Fury Obuasi, Ohene, Ohima, draped in Kente and Sika. From Yende, Suyani, Ashaiman, Fanties represent Taco Radi. Back to Accra, home of the Black Star.
St. James, Africa is the future. You see it. We have rappers migrating from America. Who knows? Pretty soon maybe Boosie would completely accept being washed up. He might also move to Ghana. You never know. But St. James, thank
you. Brother, man. Look, man. I mean, hey, some people are inspired by the music, So I have to give them that, they're inspired by the music and they're creating.
This is FBA's finest. FBA's finest. But they say she's a $5 FBA. So
man, you said it all, bro. Thank you very much, bro.
Thank you, St. James. Thank you.
I appreciate you. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. All right, Jude, you have you have 60 seconds for your closing. Go ahead, what do you want to say for your closing statement?
Oh yes, man.
Jude,
thank you so much for letting me in, man. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hear me? Oh yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much for letting me in. I mean, you're not biased anyway. So see, look. I want to also create a channel, right? So, and I think that we help a lot about what is really going on. But I wish one day, like, Africa should stay the way it is, because the things that are happening in our community is kicking a change, right?
You said it should remain. It should remain the way it is.
Based on the culture, because what is going? I watched a video where Go Black in Uganda was with O'Shea, and they were kicking the minds of Uganda women, how they think about divorcing. Oh man. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Right. So, I mean, this is it. This is my closeout. But anyway.
Shit.
Are you at work? Are you okay, Jude? Jude, are you okay? I don't know what happened to Jude. So, Jude, are you there? Well, it looks like the aliens. Hey, whatever table he's sitting at, the ground shifted. For all we know, Jude could be in China as we speak. So he's gone. Ladies and gentlemen, the show has been great, as you guys know. I mean, I don't know what to say after that, what Jude said. You guys need to process it as well. We have Gas Them Up. He came late. Gas Them Up. You have 60 seconds. I'll let you speak. Gas Them Up.
Man, I won't be late. I won't be long.
What do you want to say? I'm sure you've heard Jude and other speakers.
No, listen, look, Apidamis, I'll tell you this. Let me tell you the honest truth. Like I've told you before, me and you don't always agree. You understand? I understand you're not Pan-African. I'm not Pan-African. I don't,
always agree with some of what you say, but what I would tell you is this, right? I understand, and to a large degree, I really think you're doing a good service in terms of pointing out a lot of issues that whether it's African American FBA are doing on the continent. You're pointing out the scamming. You're pointing out a lot of the nonsense. And as me myself, I grew up on both sides. I spent time growing up in Nigeria. I lived there in the US amongst African Americans. I think you're doing a good service in terms of highlighting certain issues and contradictions. You're right. A lot of it is this pseudo therapy for people to go and live out their so-called fake Africa, shea butter, onk nonsense. And I tell a lot of these, like for example, a lot of people, I say, look, Africa is also a practical continent. It's not just a place where people are worshiping orishas or doing things with the spirits. Yeah, they do those things, but they're also farming. They're also working hard. They're also going to the market. You can't just be lazy in America and then say, I'm going to go to Africa and escape. No, that doesn't work. So I just want to commend you on that, to say that, on that level of calling them out, you're right. Because look, I'll say this, and I know you want to be going soon. It is shameful, and I've said this in many emails to other Pan-African. I don't want to say their names because I have their contacts, other Pan-Africans on YouTube, right? It is shameful that we'll see videos of whites, of Muzungus, whatever you want to call them, who go into Africa, learn an African language, speak the African language, and they engage with Africa, live in the villages, and you have been going back and forth to Africa for 10 years. You don't even have a proper African accent with whatever locality you stay in. You can't even speak an African language. You can't communicate, whether it's Kiswahili, whether it's Pidgin, whether it's Yoruba, whether it's Wolof. None of those things. It's shameful. And then you are telling me Pan-Africanism. No. Go there, learn the language, inculturate yourself with the local people. Don't go there and try and lord over yourself. Oh, I'm American, I know best. No, that's what's wrong. Take what you're learning from America and use it to empower the Africans. And the Africans will welcome you. I don't see videos of whites. These white boys will learn Igbo, Yoruba, learn Wolof, will go. And of course, the people will be happy. That guy is not going to get swindled. That guy is not going to get scammed. That guy is going to be welcomed.
But what do you think about what Jude said? What do you think about what Jude said?
Well, that's why I said me and you, we differ, right? When I say, like, I understand where Jude is coming from. Me, I'm one of those Africans that are poor. I love the village. I'm pure to the village.
You go to the village?
Yes, I love my village. I go to my village all the time when I get to Nigeria. I don't just chill out in Lagos. I love my village. However, I can admit that we live in the Western system and we have to adjust and make modifications, but that doesn't mean we have to lose ourselves, and that's my only fear. But I don't, that's another topic for another conversation, because
I'll bring that too.
Yeah, because the topic is, I would love to come on and hopefully we can all share our opinions, because I agree, we should develop. But I'll say this, when I'm in Nigeria, I always say, they say, oh, we are poor because we live on $1 a day. I don't spend up to $5 in the market, and I buy enough groceries to last me. So basically, you're telling me I'm only poor because I'm not consuming. I don't have a credit card to buy your freaking Gucci and your nonsense. And if I want to buy Gucci, let me buy Afridamos Gucci. I shouldn't have to buy one white guy's Gucci. Let me buy the Gucci that Afridamos makes. That's how I think we should be doing. But we don't want to do that as Africans. We want to buy Gucci and Prada and live like, So that's my only fear of development. Is like basically copying the Europeans. But I know that, you guys have a more nuanced opinion. So like I said, that's a different topic. I'm saying this, like, look, any African American or diaspora, and typically it's mostly the African Americans. There's a guy from Cuba. He wrote a book about Abacoa, Ivor Miller. He's a PhD. This man he's a white Cubano, but he went into Akwa Ibom and Cross River State in Nigeria. He speaks Efik. He speaks the Akwa Ibom language. He traced. Go ahead.
So guys, you spend time in Nigeria. Are there a lot of black coming from America, coming there to explore, like in Ghana, Gambia, and these other places? Is it
not that I see? Because Nigerians, I will say this about Nigerians. I always tell people, go to Ghana first, because Nigerians don't give a damn. Nigerians is like New York City. If you don't have, if you're not a hustling brave person, Nigerians they're not there to welcome you and dance and sing with you and pour powder on your back, call you a chief. Nigerians are like, where's the money, my brother? Now hustle we day. We are hungry. Let's shine our eye. That's the Nigerian mentality. Everybody hustle. You understand? So that Nigerians don't have time to, slavery. And if they should, I'm not going to say that they shouldn't, have a little compassion. Yeah, they should. However, Nigeria doesn't have time for that. Nigerians are hustling. So, but I'm just saying, whites come to Africa, they learn the language. Like I said, that guy Ivor Miller, you guys can Google him. When Gaston comes on it, Ivor Miller, IVORMILLER. He wrote a book on Abakwa. He wrote a book with a Yoruba Babalawo, one day Abimbola, who was like the head Babalawo of all Babalawos in Nigeria, called Ifa Will Mend Our Broken World. Ivor Miller. These are the people I'm engaging with. I've engaged with him online. I've engaged with Victor Manfredi. These are PhDs. I'm not just saying it to brag or anything like that. But when Gas Them Up is there, I'm always trying to be well researched. So when I see whites, what we will call whites, learning the language, going back and speaking Efik, dressing like an Efik man. There was a video, he's there on YouTube. The Efik man said, this is how an African should dress. Ivor Miller was wearing the traditional Efik clothes, speaking the language, but an African American will come and say, yo, and I hate to be stereotypical, yo, where's the Chick-fil-A? Come on, man. Don't come to Africa asking for Chick-fil-A. Don't be stupid.
Popeyes?
Yeah, Popeyes. Come on. This is ridiculous. Learn the language. Speak like the people. Enculturate yourself. Don't come in there and try and be better, and bring your skills and expose that to the people. And you'll be shocked that you get your blessings, you get your rewards, whether it's financial, spiritual, whatever you're looking for. You get those things in Africa. But you come to Africa looking down. People are not stupid.
So Gas Them Up. So you are agreeing? You're saying Africa could be a good rehab for people that are willing to, heal and understand and be.
If you are willing to be an African, I'll say this, and I know there's another guy. There's a man. His name was Grandmaster Amen Ra. You guys can Google him. May he rest in peace.
He died in Kenya.
Yes, he died in Kenya. Now, Kenya. This guy was an African American. He moved to Kenya. And I love this guy. Why do I like him? Because he admitted certain things. He said, look, and his video is on YouTube. He said, as an African American, he had to admit to himself that he didn't have a culture. And I'm not saying it to insult anybody. Why did he say that? He said, because in America, culture is capitalist consumption. LeBron Jackson. It's nonsense that is created by white people. He said that when he's in Kenya, he realized his children are speaking Kiswahili. His children are speaking Kikuyu. His children will not know anything about America. So he had to enculturate himself as an African again. And he was loved and accepted. He had his problems. He had issues. We all do, right? But he was loved and accepted and welcomed. He had a Kenyan wife and things of that nature. If African Americans can swallow their pride, stop being American arrogant. Yeah, we're all treated like second-class citizens in America. We're black. We get followed in the stores. I go grocery shopping in Manhattan here. When I go to buy vegan food, they follow me.
Wait, you shopping in the vegan section?
Well, listen, I try and watch my health. I do eat a little bit of meat, but I try and watch my health as best as I can, right? So I do a little shopping.
What kind of stores are you going? Are you going to like one of those Walmarts?
No, there's no Walmart in New York City. But you go down to 86th Street, if you know New York City well, when you want to get good vegan food, you have to go down to Manhattan where the whites are, 86th Street, 59th Street, and all those things.
I shop at the white grocery stores, and also I do go to the African stores. You see, but I'm very familiar with the white store. In fact, I love the white store. The vegetables are greener. The tomatoes are much red. You're
right. You get better products.
They have good quinoa. They have quinoa. They have good steak, sweet potato.
Even the meat. Yes, the meat selection is better. You get better grade of meat.
Oxtail.
Or you go to the Jewish stores.
I don't go to Walmart. Even in the area that I live, they are so advanced. There's no Walmart there. Nothing against Walmart, but because I support the white people. You see that Walmart crowd? They don't want those people to come around. But
exactly. Thank you. Shout out to you, Afridamus. I know you got to go. Appreciate you, my brother.
Thank you. All right. that was Gas Them Up. He came in, you know, you guys heard him. So he laid it out. So Gas Them Up supports Jude. Jude supports him. MS Delta, thank you so much. He said, Gas Them Up, double standards for Black Americans. White South Africans don't speak African languages. Thank you so very much, MS Delta, for all your super chats throughout the show and all the other people that super chatted, commented, and interacted in the show. Please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. But I got to thank him properly before we leave again. Ladies and gentlemen, that show, you know, the show has been great. Different perspectives. I hope, I mean, I don't know what you got from the show, but I've learned quite a lot here today. So we can differ in opinions. Some people believe in the tectonic plates. Some don't. Some believe the blacks were already here. You know, as you guys know, over here, the topic, you know, we might have the main topic, but also we enter different rounds, different areas that we touch on. But, you know, I don't want to keep you guys, you know, waiting forever. I'm going to end the show here, but I will not just end it like that. I would send you with Ghana's best. Until next time, I'm your host, Afridamus. Enjoy. Have a blessed Sunday.
Till a body and chill at a beach by North Canation, home to Lord. Papers first, EP. Head to Lamina for mystery. Evenings in Avery, overlook the city. Pram, Akusumbo, damn. Dr. Nkrumah is still the man. Pan-African history. Red, gold, and luscious green. Gold Coast is so supreme. Kentampo of Branga, Harfo, Kakwa, Oxima, Penman, Kibi. The Dagomba speak Doc Bonnet. Dharma, Kuya, Kulin, Labana, Nahala, Uni. African superstar with the one and only. Ghana roll call. African superstar with the one and only. With the one and only.